Are you a real estate investor? Do you know the strategies you use and how you're going to make money after the foreclosure moratorium is lifted? Even though you want to be wealthy, although we all have dreams and aspirations of being wealthy, unless you have a plan, unless you have a specific foreclosure strategy, you have no hope of building wealth when the moratorium is lifted. My name is Terry Bontemps, and I'm going to teach you everything you need to know so that you can actually make a lot of money when the foreclosure moratorium is lifted in your state. Oh, let's do this, you guys. The eviction moratorium is set to end in most states, or it has ended in others. Many legislatures are refusing to extend the eviction ban. Because of COVID-19, there was a lot of job loss. People decided not to go back to work. People lost their businesses. Unemployment rates were up. And the only reason people didn't lose their home, the only reason they didn't lose their homes was because, and the foreclosure rates didn't increase, was because of the foreclosure moratoriums. Many people found themselves homeless because they couldn't find housing or they couldn't afford housing anymore. Many more were saved from being evicted because of the eviction moratoriums handed down by the CDC eviction ban. But states are struggling to get rent assistance out to those who need it before evictions resume. I know this is a fact because I have a tenant, you guys, who has not paid rent to me in 16 months. COVID, evictions, and foreclosures are giving people financial anxiety. People have financial distress. Many people are feeling the after effects of COVID-19, and it's not their fault either. COVID caused this. Many people will be caught on the wrong side of the foreclosure and eviction moratoriums. They are not prepared and will not be ready when the foreclosure moratorium is lifted. But on the other side is where the money is made in real estate. Millions will be made, and as usual, the rich will even get richer. Okay? So this is why they say the rich get rich and the poor get poor. Because during a recession, such as COVID-19, this is when millions can be made by the big investors that are flush with cash. But guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to teach you how to level the playing field, you guys, so that you can get your fair share of the real estate profits. There's so much opportunity in a recession, to the fact that you can even look up quotes from Warren Buffett, one of the richest people in the world. He often talks about how much money and the opportunities that exist during a recession. I've been through 3 recessions as a real estate investor: the 2001 bombings, 2008 Great Recession, and COVID-19. And I can assure you, I literally was on the wrong side of a couple of those recessions. During the Great Recession of 2008, I was on the wrong side of real estate. I was in the struggle financially, but I learned some things that I'm going to tell you right here so that you can make so much more money and not go through the losses that I personally went through, you guys. I want you to turn this COVID-19 and foreclosure moratorium disaster into foreclosure riches for you and your family. So let's talk about the first thing that you need to do. The first thing you have to do that's so important when it comes to making money and investing in the real estate before the moratorium is lifted is you have to educate yourself, you guys. Okay, so number 1 is you have to educate yourself about foreclosures. So I started investing in real estate in 1980. At the time, I was living in Sacramento. I worked as a carpenter. I was building houses. I was working a full-time job. I was married. I had a family. I was young. We were just getting started. I was watching those infomercials about people making money, flipping houses, being landlords, etc. And so I kind of got into real estate while working a full-time job. I was going to real estate seminars, reading books, going to real estate club meetings, etc. I had no idea what I was doing, you guys. I didn't really know what I was doing, but I kept trying. I bought my first fixer-upper in 1980 for $34,000. I refinanced it because the values just kept going up and up and up and up, and I lost it to foreclosure because I didn't pay my property taxes. Tough lesson there. And I bought another house in 1989. I lost it to foreclosure. In 2001, I lost that house to foreclosure. I lost everything. I was literally bankrupt, had multiple foreclosures, ended up living in my daughter's apartment with my wife and my other daughter. It was a disaster. I was sad. I was depressed. I was embarrassed, felt like a loser. It was an awful time for me and my family, especially for me. But I did not want to get defeated. But I didn't know what to do, just like some of you today that are not able to make your mortgage payments, or you're in a loan modification program. So what I did next was freaking crazy, you guys. I went to this 5-day real estate seminar in Jacksonville, Florida that I paid for with my credit card. And I teamed up with this guy who knew real estate really well. He taught me some pretty incredible things that I took action on, okay? Because I had nothing to lose. The real estate guru had bought over 2,000 houses, and he was really freaking smart. He was a real guru and a hero for me. He taught me about finding people with property problems. And he told me how to start buying the loans of people that weren't making their payments to the bank. Okay? I can remember him saying the strategy I'm going to teach you right now is the way you're going to get into the back door of owning real estate. The back door of owning the real estate. What was he saying? He was saying that this was the perfect way to buy and own real estate without having money, credit, and without having to qualify for bank loans. When you buy these bank loans, these bank-owned foreclosure properties, these loans from banks, okay, you can help people keep their homes and make a whole lot of money in the process. And so it was really through that education that helped me turn my finances around. I had failed at this previously. I had to admit that I wasn't educated enough, but that all changed when I went to that seminar in Jacksonville, Florida. And that is the first step. You're doing the right thing by watching, you guys, okay? The first thing you're going to need to do is educate yourself about real estate, okay? And that was what my biggest problem was. So the fact that you're watching this already shows me you're a lot smarter than I am. So let's get to the next lesson I have for you. The key with the foreclosure moratorium lifting is that it will create an amazing opportunity for so much money to be made in real estate. Whenever people are in a situation where they're losing their property, they're losing their job, they're losing their income, that creates an opportunity for an investor to come in and be a solution to that person's problem. So number 2, you got to be a solution to people's house problem. I call it the 6 Ds: death, divorce, debt, and distress. And if you do find these type of owners, they will give you a discount on their property so you can make some dollars. That real estate guru told me to find people that were having problems with their houses. So you have to become a person that's seeking out people's problems. Okay? He told me to find these homeowners, put out signs, are you behind on your mortgage payments? Put ads on Craigslist, hey, are you behind on your mortgage payments? Find people that are facing foreclosure. Find people going through divorce. Find people that are in bankruptcy. Find people that have inherited a house that they just don't want. You got to find people that have a house that's falling apart and it needs repairs and they don't have the money for it. Again, find people with property problems. Let them know you're in business and that you have a solution to their problem. You don't have to be experienced and have lots of success in this to be a solution to their problems. You just have to be the solution. And in the beginning, when I bought my first loan from the bank, I didn't know what I was doing, you guys. And all I did to make money, okay, lots of money, I'm talking about, was to find those people that had these property problems and try to buy their non-performing loan from the bank. That's it. It's just that simple. You can even flip these notes as a wholesaler to real estate investors that had money and wanted properties. But it just breaks down to be a solution to someone else's house problem and being a person that seeks out those problems, whether it be homeowners who can't make their payments, landlords that are not collecting rents from their tenants, or banks that are not receiving their mortgage payments. And you will make money in the process. Me and my students have made millions of dollars investing in real estate, buying these homeowners loans from the bank, just by sending out marketing letters, signs, ads, again, to find people with property problems. Get those properties, make money from them, either make a fee, sell those properties, or put a tenant in it and rent it. It's just that simple. That's what you need to do in order to make money, build wealth, and even become a millionaire after the foreclosure moratorium is lifted. So number 3, you gotta know how you're gonna make money, you guys. Go be a solution to people's house problems. You want to be a solution to people's problems. What type of property problems do you think you can help with? I lost 2 houses to foreclosure. I use my story to connect with people, and this is one of the ways I use to make a lot of money investing in real estate, buying foreclosure properties directly from the banks. I'm looking forward to your financial success, and I want to hear and see how you're doing a great service in your community by helping homeowners in distress, by giving them solutions that can help them with their housing problems. I love to be your coach to help you through this. This is Terry Bontemps. I'm wishing you success, health, wealth, happiness, and prosperity. Have a great day. Guys, hey, my name is Terry Bontemps. My last name means good times. I'm a real estate investor. I'm a millionaire mentor. I'm a generational wealth builder. I'm the #1 note buying expert in the country. I'm the #1 note buying expert in the country. I'm an industry leading expert and authority at buying foreclosure properties directly from banks. So what does that mean? You have Bank of America, you have Chase, you have Wells Fargo, and then you have Terry Bontemps. These banks, they sell their loans, and I started buying these loans back in 2001. So people make their mortgage payments to Bank of America and Wells Fargo, but they also make them to Terry Bontemps. See, I've been doing this all over the United States, you guys. I've done this in California, Nevada, Arizona, Illinois, Florida, and New York. Again, people make their mortgage payments to me. That's what I do. I'm a banker. I'm a real estate investor. I tried to buy 174 loans from a bank in San Francisco, California, valued at $40 million. Now, you know I ain't got that kind of money, right? My pockets ain't that deep. But what I try to do is flip it to a hedge fund. Hedge funds like buying in bulk, okay? So the hedge fund tried to buy it for $22 million. The bank didn't want to sell them at that discount. That was like 65 cents on the dollar. I learned a lot from that, and that's helped me be the guy that I am today, okay? My check would have been $220,000 for putting those two together, you guys, as a middle person, okay? What do? Well, I teach. I'm a coach, a trainer. I teach people just like you how to make money investing in real estate, how to build wealth, how to get rich, and even become millionaires. All right, I know you guys are messing with me now. Terry, what are you talking about? You all love. What are you talking about? Millionaires, you make millionaires. Yes, I do. I've got millionaires as students from my training. I have a student that made $1.2 million in 1 hour from what I taught him about buying these loans from banks. He bought a commercial loan from a bank, made $1.2 million in 1 hour. I have another student, she made $400,000 in 9 months. She also has another property where she makes $2,100 a month, each and every month, again, buying these loans. Look, check this out, you guys. Check this out. In 10 months, she bought 18 of these loans, okay, from banks. And she increased her net worth $1.5 million, right? I taught her how to do that, okay? My students are making the most money in the United States per deal, bar none. My students are making the most money per deal in the United States on a residential house, bar none. Have you ever heard of anybody making $1.2 million in 1 hour on one house? All right, since we talked about that millionaire status, I know you guys wasn't ready for me, but what I want you to do from here on out, I want you guys to get up and I want you to put $1 million in your calculator. I want you to put $1 million in your calculator because we're talking about that today, okay? I'm talking about generational wealth and getting you to have $1 million, okay? What's this $1 million for, Terry? Well, this may be how much your house is worth, even more. This may be $1 million that you have in your bank account. This may be $1 million that you have in net worth. This may be $1 million that you're gonna leave each one of your kids, okay, and your grandkids, okay, for their inheritance. A good man leaves an inheritance to his children. I'm talking about leaving some inheritance here. Why? Because we're talking about investing in real estate. Your next big check may be $1 million, just like one of my students, you guys. So what are we working on today, you guys? What are we working on? How? Today's takeaway is how I built and how you can build $1 million of generational wealth in real estate, okay, without qualifying for loans and borrowing money from the banks. That's my one takeaway for today. I wrote it right here so you guys can see it. Takeaway for today is how you can build $1 million in real estate, of generational wealth in real estate, without qualifying for loans and borrowing money from banks. That's just one house. That's just one house. This ain't no TED Talk, you guys. This ain't no Toastmasters. This isn't conjecture. This is what I've been doing for the last 21 years. This is what I've been doing for the last 21 years all over the United States, you guys. Follow me, ladies and gentlemen, follow me. The rich don't work for money. They have money work for them. You guys have heard this before. The rich don't work for money. They have money work for them. Here's the problem. You guys have heard it, but you probably have not had anyone show you how it's done. How that is done, how the rich don't have to work for money. I'm going to show you that right here, right now, today. I'm going to show you exactly how that's done, ladies and gentlemen. In order for you to have and build wealth, you guys got to know how wealth is built. In order to have and build wealth, you need to know how wealth is built. See, in some of our neighborhoods, we haven't seen people with real wealth. We haven't seen people that own apartment complexes, strip malls, motels, hotels, businesses with wealth. So if you don't know how it's done, it's hard for you to do it. I'm going to show you today how you can do it with real estate, you guys. Pay attention close. 90% of this country's millionaires, created their wealth in real estate. 90% of this country's millionaires create their wealth in real estate. Look, 90% of people create their wealth in real estate. I wondered why not more people are in real estate. That's almost a for sure guarantee that if you get into real estate, you're going to be a winner. That's damn near 100%. So I'm asking you guys, why you're not in real estate? Well, I'm going to give you a reason to get involved in real estate, okay? And I'm going to tell you why you should do it. So again, the predominant way wealth is made in this country is by owning real estate. The predominant way wealth is made in this country is by owning real estate. See, I was lucky. When I was a teenager, I had a rich uncle. I didn't know he was rich at the time. I had a rich uncle. I had a conversation with him. I said, hey, what do you do for a job? He says, I don't have a job. I'm a real estate investor. I own a duplex. The tenant lives on one side. I live on the other side. I don't need a job. I own real estate. I went, what? As a teenager, I was going, what? See, my uncles, nieces, nephews, mother, father, grandfather, friends, and their friends, what did they do? They had jobs. They may not have known how to build wealth, so they had jobs. Nothing wrong with a job. I go, what? You don't have a job? What are you again? He says, I'm a real estate investor. I go, what? Now, how does that work again? He says, listen, son, pay attention, damn it. I want you to save your money, buy a house, and pay it off. I said, okay, I'm a teenager. He said, look, son, here's what happens. I own this duplex. I live on this side. Tenant lives on the other side. The tenant pays all of my expenses. They pay my mortgage. They pay my bills. They pay my car. They pay my food. And they put money in my account. I'm like, what? So you're a real estate investor, and because you own these things right here, you don't have to have a job. See, I got a chance to see wealth from my uncle, because he always had houses. We always went to his houses. Again, you guys, you got to know how this wealth is built. I was lucky at a young age to learn how to build wealth. He said, son, look, I want you to pay attention. Pay attention. Save your money, buy a house, and pay it off. Don't blow your money. Save your money, buy a house, and pay it off. Best advice I've ever had. Why? Because I'm debt free right now. I don't owe nobody no money. I don't owe nobody no money. So let's talk about how you're going to make that million. I'm going to tell you about a house that I have. Been having it since 1999. I knock on the door and I said, hey, is John here? Lady says, John just passed away. I'm looking for real estate. I'm farming my system. I'm a real estate investor. I said, well, you got two houses. There's two houses on one lot. What are you going to do with them? She said, I'm going to give them back to the bank. See, I realized John was like me when I was young. I worked hard. I stayed real estate sun up to sundown because I wanted to take care of my family financially. I may have not stayed home enough, but I'm glad I did that because we're now in a better financial situation. So John did all the work. She said, all I want to do is spend time with my grandkids. See, I could understand. That real estate meant nothing. Money didn't even mean nothing to her. She wanted to spend quality time with her grandkids because she had just lost her husband. When death happens, sometimes it gives us a new perspective on life. She said, to heck with the real estate. All I want to do is love on my kids, okay? So let's talk about these two houses on one lot. Let me show you guys what happened here. I bought that property, two houses on one lot in 1999 for $64,000, okay? $64,000 what was owed on it. The monthly cash flow when I rented it out, I made $640 a month in 1999. Today, it's 2021. It's worth $600,000. I'm getting $2,100 a month. I have no debt on that property. I own it free and clear. So let's look at that, okay? Average rent for 22 years. Right now, I figured from $640 to $2,100. The middle is $1,370. So I took $1,370 a month. I multiplied it by 12 months. That's giving me $16,440 a year. I multiply that by 22 years. Look at that, you guys. I made $361,680 of rental income. Rental income. That lady gave me the house. She didn't ask for no money from me at all. She just gave it to me. Now, the property was $8,000 behind. I borrowed the $8,000 from my dad. I didn't have to get a loan from a bank because it was fully assumable. If I would have talked to a realtor would have said, hey, you don't qualify. Because I had credit challenges, you guys. I was in the struggle. I had 2 foreclosures and bad credit. So you guys are saying, Terry, show me the money. Show me the money, Terry. Look, $16,441 times 22 years. We said that's $361,000. The property is worth $600,000 a day. $600 that she gave me. There it is, you guys, almost $1 million. It's $961,680. I did that with no money, credit, job, a real estate license. I didn't have to deal with realtors. I didn't have to deal with banks. So I have $961,000 till today. I'm never selling this property. I'm giving it to my daughters. I have it in an irrevocable living trust. My daughters are going to get this property. They got other properties they're getting. My daughters are going to get the cash flow. My daughters will be millionaires, you guys, from one house, one roof, and one door that somebody gave me for free. I've been given at least 10 free houses in real estate, you guys. I did this with no credit, no job, no realtors, no banks. What would you guys do with your life if you didn't have to go to work at a job because you own real estate? You don't need money. You don't need credit, but what you do need is the knowledge like I have. And that's what I do. I teach people how to do what I do. Look at this, you guys. If you didn't have to go to work, where would you put your time? Where would you put your time if you didn't have to go to work? Would you volunteer at your church? Help your schools out, your kids out at school? Okay? Would you help family members? Would you buy some things to help them out? Again, that's what real estate does. 90% of this country's millionaires create their wealth in real estate. I love real estate. I'm offering you guys a free 30-minute discovery call. Free 30-minute discovery call. 916-470-3869. 916-470-3869. If you think you need a coach, a mentor, a trainer, someone like me that's shown people how to make a lot of money, a 916-470-3869. Let's go ahead and wrap this up. This is that house. That house appreciated $24,363 a year. I couldn't have saved that amount of money, you guys. I saved, but I couldn't save $24,000 a year. Over 22 years, it's $500,000 that property's went up. Okay, I bought it for $64,000. It increased $536,000. That's an 837% ROI in California. 837%. I know you guys saying, well, that's why you guys' property is so high. Guess what? I'm glad I'm riding the wave up so that I can get some appreciation and build some wealth. That property is generating 38% a year for me, and it was given to me for free, you guys. I can teach you how to do it. 916-470-3869. Text Mentor. My name is Terry Bontemps. I got to run because my time is up. I'm wishing you success, health, wealth, happiness, and prosperity. Have a great life, you guys. Give me a call. Give me a call. See ya. Talking about COVID-19, talking about how this is going to be the biggest financial opportunity for real estate investors. That's you. Real estate investors, that's you, that's me. Real estate investors to build wealth and profit from okay, again, during COVID-19. So just give you guys a little preview here today. I came in yesterday and I put in some information about Bank Foreclosure Millionaire. Bank Foreclosure Millionaire is my mobile app. Okay, if you haven't already, go in and download that from the Google Play or the App Store. And Bank Foreclosure Millionaire is a mobile app that I developed. When I was younger, when I was coming up, it's like, you know what? Why come no one has developed a game, a real life, highly interactive game that you and me can play that's gonna teach me about real world real estate investing, like a business simulator, okay? There's a lot of smart people in the world, a lot of smart gurus, a lot of smart real estate investors, right? Why come no one has developed that real life game that you can play and then go out in the real world and make real money? So I said, you know what, Terry Bontemps, you're a smart guy. You're a smart guy. Go ahead and make that thing. So I made it. I made a mobile app. And I'm glad I did, because the reason I made that mobile app initially was for my real estate students, so I can help them get better and make money at real estate, which is going to make my job a lot easier, and it gives me a lot of credibility with my students. So when they go out, okay, they're going to feel confident. They got high self-esteem. So if you haven't already, go ahead, go download Bank Foreclosure Millionaire. That's a bonus. Okay, I'm going to come back a little later today, and I'm going to put up a video. I talk about a real estate deal. I'm using this as a case study to teach you how to look at houses, how to look at real estate, okay? How to look at houses, how to look at real estate so that you can look at it and make money. See, I look at houses, these things are nothing more than ATM machines to me. I've been at this for, God, I bought my first house in 1980, so it's 40 years ago I bought my first house, and now I look at these houses as nothing more than ATM machines. See, I've bought real estate in California, Arizona, Nevada, Illinois, New York, and Florida. And I've done so many transactions that these things, these houses, are nothing more than ATM machines. That's all. And you got to figure out how to get money out of them. Okay, real estate works. You know it, and I know it. They got all these shows on HGTV. People making lots of money. You read in these magazines, people making lots of money. So it ain't a fact that real estate don't work. We just got to get it to work for you. And that's why I'm here. I'm here to show you what is real for today. Okay, it's not outdated. This is something I've been doing since 2001. I've been using this system that I'm going to teach you guys for these 5 days, what I've been doing since 2001. I did it in the 9/11 bombings. I did it in the 2008 Great Recession. And here we are, 2020. I'm prime. It's prime time for me and my students, okay? I deal in the distressed housing market. When things are bad, I do well, okay? So, again, I made this mobile app, and I talk about this case study about a house. This house right here has a $150,000 ARV, and it needs 20 in repairs. The owners are going through a divorce. They're asking $89,000 for this house. What are you going to offer? A lot of people don't know how to make offers. A lot of people do not know how to make money looking at a house. I can look at a house and I can make money from it. I teach my students 11 ways to make money with just this one single house. So what we're going to do as a bonus session, I'm going to teach you guys about looking at houses so that you can make money from them. Because there's houses on your street. There's houses in your city, houses in your state, houses in the whole United States that you could be doing business with. But you got to know how to make money. You got to know how to make that money so you can get rich. Okay? Hey, I'm all in this for making you guys wealthy. Wholesaling is one way to start, and that's what I'm teaching in this mobile app to get started. So again, about this house, what do you offer that owner so that you can get your flip fee? When you flip to your cash buyer can make the money they need to make, They're going to make a good amount of money. They're going to get a great return on their investment. They're going to know their profit margin. You got to be able to tell them how much they need to take out of their pocket in order to invest in this deal and how long it's going to take. Okay, so that's what the bonus is. So today, I'm going to be dropping a video explaining why you must offer $80,000 for this property. You got to understand these formulas that we use as real estate investors to make money. And I teach you that in that app, and I'm going to teach it to you as a bonus for these 5 days. That's just the bonus. I ain't even started teaching about the training, okay? This is a bonus that I'm talking about giving you guys. And again, it's my bank foreclosure Millionaire. It's a mobile app that I developed. That's actually my second mobile app that I've developed. The other one's called Note Buying App, and it's on the it's only for Apple users, and it's not live. But the information in there, I still use it for my students. It's still valuable. So I developed 2 mobile apps, again, in my journey of becoming a real estate investor. I love what I do, you guys. I love real estate. I hope you can tell. I got over 300 videos on YouTube teaching about real estate. Okay? 300 and something videos. Why? Because every time I do something, I deliver content, and I try to get that content out to the world so they can see what it's like for Terry Bontemps to be their mentor, their coach, their trainer. Okay? And I support you 100%. So right now, again, we're early. I couldn't wait. You know, I'm sitting here fidgeting. I got up this morning. It took me about an hour and a half today to get set up for some reason. I've got a couple of screens going and boards and lights and monitors and cameras. It's almost like a production studio. So I had to make sure all that was right. And as you know, as you guys know, whenever you try to do something, something doesn't work out. So let me tell you, I was hooking up my cable from my computer to my TV, and I bought a new cable, and I've only used it once. One end is supposed to go into the computer, one end is supposed to go in the TV. I had them reversed. So I'm sitting here sweating bullets. I'm early, right? But I'm sweating bullets because I like things to go precisely. So I like, look at here. As soon as I try to get my lunch, guess what? Things don't work out. So I finally decided to read the little tabs, switched it, boom, we're ready to go. So again, an hour and a half just to get set up, okay? But then again, I prepped. I was up probably about 6 o'clock my time Pacific, going through the material to make sure I can deliver you guys some great content for these 5 days. Again, I'm super excited. My name is Terry Bontemps. My last name, Bontemps, means good times in French, and we're gonna have a good time. So here we go. I'm gonna just jump right into it, you guys. You know, I couldn't sleep. Reason why? Because I knew I had something very strong to deliver, and I'm glad you guys are here. You guys are gonna be getting something that most investors don't deal with, okay? They don't like dealing in this area. So let's just get right to it. First thing we're gonna start out with called 6 Ds. 6 Ds, like David, 6 of them. Death, divorce, debt, distress. You'll get a discount and you'll make some dollars when you're dealing with properties, okay? Again, the 6 Ds are death. When someone passes, there's a house. Divorce, usually when there's a divorce, there's a house. People have debt, okay? They have debt. There's a house. Distress, if there's distress. Right now, because of COVID, most people have financial anxiety. A lot of people have financial anxiety because of what's happening with COVID. Even though we're 7 months into it, there's still a lot of unknown of what's going on. Okay, now if you can find people with houses with those things going on in their life, you'll be able to buy that property, get that property. You'll get that property and be able to get it at a discount so that you can make some dollars. I hope you guys got that, okay? You want to be able to make some money, get rich for real estate. Now, some of you are probably saying, hey, Terry, you're taking advantage of people. I just want to address that right now. Terry Bontemps don't take advantage of people. I got programs. I got programs to help people keep their homes. And I'm going to show that to you today. Okay? Some people want to stay. I got a program to help them stay. Not many investors. I would say 95% of real estate investors don't have a program to help a homeowner stay in their house. Now, you guys, I put $60,000 of my own money and is helping a military veteran keep his home. I paid $60,000 of my own money so that that homeowner can keep his home. Who else would do that? Who else out there? Who do you know would take money out of their own pocket to help someone stay in their home? That was the initiation of my Keep Your Home program when I did that. So if you're looking at me saying, Terry Bonds, but you're taking advantage of people because they're dealing with COVID, because they're dealing with death, debt, divorce, and distress, you're wrong. And I'm going to advise you that you start understanding this mindset so that you can get out in your neighborhood, your city, your town, your state, this world, and start trying to help people also. Okay? It may be you. You may be in a situation right now because of COVID where you're dealing with those D's, death, debt, divorce, distress. Personally, myself, I've lost 2 houses to foreclosure. I've lost 2 houses to foreclosure, so I know what it's like to go through the process. When I work with homeowners in foreclosure, I tell them, hey, look, I laid on the couch. I lost weight. I was stressed out. I felt like a failure because I let my family down because I lost those 2 houses to foreclosure. The first house I lost was the first house I ever bought. The second house I bought was the first brand new house I ever bought. Brand new house, brand new. I lived in it for 18 years. That was during the 2008 recession. I lost that house to foreclosure. Okay, lost that house to foreclosure. So I've lost 2 houses. I know what people go through, and I tell them, hey, look, I've been through the process. I can help you. I have a program that can help you keep your home. All right, we're going to jump into this real quickly now. Hey, I have a student that just joined me. I have a student that just joined me. I think we're on our second phone call. Second phone call. She's a real go-getter. Her name's Cassandra. She's a go-getter. When I met Cassandra, Cassandra was saying, hey, look, I'm talking to people, I'm marketing, but I just don't know what to do. I think I lost the house because I didn't move fast enough. I just didn't know what to do. I didn't know how to make money on these ATMs, Terry, that you've been talking about. How do I take this house? How do I make money from it? And most people don't know how to do it. So Cassandra signed up for my coaching, my one-on-one coaching program that I'm going to talk about, which is 2 calls a week with me, 8 calls a month, 100 calls a year that I'm on the phone working with you. So Cassandra's working out there hard, you guys. She's a single mom raising a child and trying to make it in real estate, trying to be success. Okay? She's been at her job for quite a while, needs a little extra money. She says, hey, she's not where she wants to be. So she joined my coaching program in the hopes that I can help her make some money, build some wealth, and get rich. That's the reason why you join my coaching program. You want me to be your GPS. See, I've done so much in real estate. She says, hey, Terry, I want you to be my coach. I want you to guide me. I want you to be my GPS so you can teach me how to make money in real estate. And I said, cool, let's do this. So she finds an owner that has filed bankruptcy. Bankruptcy. It has debt. Filed bankruptcy, and she has a lot, some land that she wants to sell. And so Cassandra says, hey, Terry, I'm working with this owner. She's in bankruptcy. And boom, hey, here's what we're going to do, Cassandra. I want you to go to the Pacer account. The Pacer account is a system for bankruptcy. It's all public information. I want you to find her file, and I want you to send me her file so that I can see everything. Bankruptcy, I love it simply because it shows everything about the person that's filed bankruptcy. It's public information. So that was her first assignment. I said, we ain't got to do nothing else. Go get the Pacer account, get the file, send it to me. So she sent me the file. Guess what, you guys? Woo, $750,000 of real estate. This one person that she was talking to about this one lot has $750,000 of real estate. She's got 3, I think 2, let's see, 2. 3 duplexes and 1 single family home. The duplexes are valued at $560,000. The single family home is $48,000 and the lots are $108,000. Let me say that again. 3 duplexes, 1 single family home, and 5 lots. Cassandra wouldn't have had no idea what to do with none of that until she joined my coaching program. See, what I did, I condensed time. I condensed time and used my knowledge, and I used her motivation. That's what I need in a student. I need a student that's motivated and a go-getter, and we're gonna have some great results. So here's what happened. There's $750,000, $750,000 of real estate that Cassandra has access to, that's in bankruptcy, that can't be sold unless get the official word from the trustee. So this owner wants to sell this, but she can't because she's in bankruptcy, right? My student Cassandra, we're going to be working on this, you guys, so that Cassandra can make some money. Her second phone call with me, and she just joined, so she's already way ahead of the game, and she's probably going to get her tuition out of this first deal that we're working on. 3 duplexes worth $560,000, a single family home that's worth $48,000, and some lots that's worth $108,000. I told Cassandra, hey, I don't know nothing about land. She may be end up writing the course for me, okay? In order for you guys to have wealth, in order for you to build and have wealth, you got to know how wealth is built. And real estate is math, you guys. You got to understand the numbers, how this real estate game works. If you don't know your numbers, if you don't know your math, you don't know your real estate business. You gotta understand math. My students have become millionaires and built wealth from what I've taught them about investing in real estate. I have one student that made $1.2 million on one deal in real estate, you guys, from what I taught them about buying loans from banks. I'm gonna share all this with you. Right now, I'm just giving you an overview of what you should be thinking about. What is your game plan? Do you have a game plan so how you can profit during this COVID-19 epidemic? Are you just spinning your wheels hoping to get lucky? Again, I've been doing this, using this program for 20 years. 20 years. I started in 2001 using the same exact system. COVID-19, for the next 5 years, you guys, I believe, COVID's going to be around for 5 years. The after effects of COVID is going to be here for 5 years. It's your next big financial opportunity if you're a real estate investor. Right now, some of you are thinking, well, hey, I ain't got no clue how to make money during COVID. COVID, right now, the community as a whole, the United States as a whole, the country as a whole, is dealing with debt, divorce, distress, and death. People are passing away because of COVID. People have debt because of COVID. Their jobs may not never come back again. They've been furloughed. So they got debt. How do they deal with that debt? Divorce. We spend a lot of time with the other party, with the spouse, the girlfriend, the boyfriend. Spend a lot of time cramped up. And I think some people are coming to realize, man, hey, I need to get out and get away, but COVID has kept us inside, and so they're not getting along. So they're divorcing. They're distressed about things, the financial anxiety stuff, thinking, worried about money, worried about the situation, worried about debt. Those people that are dealing with those situations have a house. And it's your job to give them a solution. Give them a solution on how they can overcome the debt, the death, the distress, and the divorce with that house. COVID caused this mess. You didn't cause it. I didn't cause it. COVID caused this mess with real estate. My job as an investor is to form a solution. My job is to form a solution that can help that person move on with their life. If someone passed away and they have a house and they're in Kentucky and I'm in California, it doesn't matter where I'm at. That loved one has this house that's cluttered with stuff. I don't know if some of you guys have been in houses like that where it smells bad. I have. It smells terrible. Ain't nobody going in this house because of COVID and that stuff and that smell. Realtors, they don't want to have a realtor work on this. Why? Because a realtor wants to put a sign in the front yard and it's going to take forever and they know it's junky. My job is to take this house from the person in Kentucky and say, hey, look, if you want to sell, I want to buy. I'll buy it as is, in its as is condition, and close quickly. You ain't got to do nothing. Just sell me the house. They may want to give this house away. They don't want it. They don't want it. I'm going to talk to you guys about that, where someone gave me a house. They didn't want it. I still own it to this day. I make $2,100 a month on this property. And I own it free and clear. I don't owe no banks no money. The owner was in foreclosure. The husband had passed away. Death. She didn't want the house. She didn't want to be dealing with tenants. I asked her, could I have it? She said yes. So you can buy it. You can help them keep it if they want to keep it. If they just want to give it away, they just want to give these away. I've been given 10 free houses from people that didn't want their house. Free. And I was able, again, to make money, build wealth, get rich, and be a millionaire. Because that's what I do. I'm a real estate investor. I give people solutions. So again, COVID-19, you guys, for the next 5 years, is going to be the biggest opportunity for you as a real estate investor. Real estate wealth will be transferred during this pandemic. Real estate wealth is going to be transferred. It's always transferred. It's just, do you want to put your name on some of it? Do you want to put your name on some of that wealth that's being transferred? You can't see it, okay? You can't see it. Real estate, the wealth is going to be transferred during this pandemic, COVID-19, because of, again, debt, divorce, and distress. This is what I'm teaching you. This is the foundation. This is who your customer is. This is who you should be looking for. This is what I train my students to do. I'm not worried about no other market. I'm not worried about anything else. Okay? I'm looking for the people that have some debt, divorce, and distress in their life, so I can get this property at a discount so I can make some dollars. That's the blueprint. That's the game plan. All 5 days are how I methodically have used this and made it a system that's repeatable, that's scalable, that you can use to make your life better, okay? Do you want to help people keep their homes so they don't lose them to foreclosure? Let me just share this with you. Most real estate investors, guys, what do they advertise? What do they market? We buy houses. That's 99% of the market. 99% of real estate investors have been trained by all the gurus that come to town. They don't come anymore because of COVID. We buy houses. What happens when there's someone that they bought this house? Their family lives in this house. The kids are raised in this house. They're in a community of people that they like. They're in a school district that is incredible. Someone in this house, a husband, a wife, a single mom, a single dad, got hit by COVID. furloughed. What happens if they can't make the mortgage payment? What happens is if this is a rental property? Do you think they want to sell the house to the we buy houses people? It may be you. COVID hit you hard. And this is who you are. This is what I just explained. This is you in a house that you've owned and prized and cared and emotionally tied to. And one of those people come up and say, hey, I want to buy your house. If you're emotionally tied to your house, you're not going to sell it to that house buyer. Where are you going to go? You're going to move in with the in-laws? Move in with your kids? No, you're independent. You don't want to do that. So are you going to sell your house and at a discount to the we buy houses people? That's 99% of the market, you guys. And if that's you, okay, fine. I ain't talking down to you, but there's other ways to make money during this COVID-19 pandemic. And that is by helping people keep their home. But you got to understand the strategy, see? Again, I've been doing this since 2001, helping people all across the United States keep their homes. So what do you think my sign says? In foreclosure, we can help you keep your home. And my phone number, 916-470-3869. And then there's the we buy houses people. So, this homeowner that I'm telling you about, that loves their house, who do you think they're gonna call? Who do you guys think they're gonna call? They're gonna call me. Why? Because I want to give them what they want. I want to be able to give them the ability to keep their home. So that goes to me. I got that market all over the United States. Everything is virtual right now. It's all Zoom. I can go on social media and just say, hey, look, my name is Terry Bontemps. I know you've been through some tough times because of COVID. If you lost your job, you're dealing with death, and you're dealing with distress and death, and you want to keep your home, please call Terry Bontemps. My number is 916-470-3869. If I just put that on social media, guys, what do you think is going to happen? And I got free marketing, but I guarantee you this, when they call me, I know exactly what to do to them. You have a house? Yes. What do you want to do with it? What do you want to do with it? Do you want to keep it? Do you want to sell it? Or do you want to give it away? And then from there, I start working on solutions. See, you guys, real estate is like this Rubik's Cube. Every time you turn it, you see different things, okay? Most of you are like that. That's why you keep going to seminars. That's why you keep buying books. That's why you're on YouTube looking at all these videos. You're trying to figure it out. That's why you're in all these groups. I've already got it figured out, you guys. I can take real estate and turn it and figure it out. Been at this 40 years. Bought my first house in 1980, 2020. Bought my first house at 20 years old because I love real estate, right? So if you want to help people keep their homes, which I suggest you do, it's morally right, it feels good, and that's what the government is doing right now. That's why they don't allow foreclosures. That's why they're not allowing evictions. They're trying to keep people in their homes. So if the government is doing it, you guys haven't heard any other investors, no other gurus, no other authorities in real estate talk about how you can help people keep their homes. That's a game changer. It's a game changer. Right now, people are sitting at home waiting on you to put the word out that you can help them so that they can call you. Everybody's at home. I know the economy's opening up again, but everybody's at home on the computer, on their tablet, on their smartphone, surfing the web, surfing the internet. Why is this a perfect time? Because everybody is waiting. Everybody is dealing with this pandemic. They're looking for answers. They're looking for solutions. That government Band-Aid that they put on will come off January 31st in California, unless they decide to extend it. How do I know that? Because I'm a landlord. I have a tenant that's not paying. Okay? January 31st. Real estate's going to be a free fall. Real estate's going to be everywhere. And the thing of it is, why are you not forming solutions? Why are you not working with these homeowners so that you can make some money? Perfect time for real estate. Oh, it's a perfect time if you're a real estate investor, if you have a strategy like I'm talking about. Can you guys understand what I'm saying? Are you following me right now? Again, we talked about death, divorce, debt, distress, so that you can get a property at a discount so that you can make some money. Right now, you guys, landlords are having major financial challenges during COVID-19 because they're not able to collect rent. If you're a landlord, think about it. You might be going through this. I'm a landlord. I'm going to die a landlord. I love being a landlord. I love that model. It's a perfect business model. It's worked for me. I own all my real estate debt-free. I don't owe no banks, no money on my real estate. Because you know what I learned? When I lost my house to foreclosure, I said, you know what? I am no longer going to let a bank be in control of my financial situation. The money I made for my real estate, I started paying off my real estate cash. I have no debt, no credit card debt, no student loan, no home loans. I don't owe no banks, no money. See, I have no financial anxiety right now because of COVID. Yes, that tenant, I have one tenant that's not paying. But guess what? I don't owe nothing on the property. It's actually 2 houses on one lot. I'm going to talk about it as we go along. Okay? I have no financial anxiety. I don't even know what they've been through. They didn't call me. I tried talking to them once or twice. Wasn't going anywhere, so I said, okay, no problem. I'm not going to be over there trying to stress them out because they may be going through some hard times because of COVID. Who am I as a landlord to go over there and harass them and say, give me my money, give me my money, give me my money, or else I'm going to evict you? No. I'm good financially. I am good financially. So, I'm a landlord, and I'm telling you exactly what I've been dealing with, not getting that money in. So right now, they haven't paid since March 2020. By the time I think I evict them, be March 2021. So they got a year of no rent, probably about $12,000 is what they'll owe me. That's just rent, not including lawyer's fees. Now just imagine if these landlords have more than one tenant that's not paying. Hey, let's look at somebody that's got 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 100, 1,000 units. How many of those tenants are not paying? Do you have a solution to help that landlord not lose that property? Can you buy this property from that landlord, right? Do you have a program to help them keep it? Can you buy it? And if they want to give it to you, do you know how to make the money? How to make the money, build wealth, and get rich. Be a millionaire from real estate. Forming solutions, that's what I do. That's what I'm good at. That's what Terry Bontemps does. That's what Terry Bontemps is going to be teaching you guys, okay? Landlords got problems, okay? They're having problems because they're struggling to meet their financial obligations. Let's say, again, this landlord has to make a mortgage payment. They ain't getting no rent. The bank can't foreclose, so the landlord's just sitting there like, what do I do? I didn't invest in my hard-earned money to become a landlord, and the government says I can't evict. The bank won't foreclose on me, so I'm just sitting idle. Right now, there's a lot of landlords sitting idle, you guys. They're sitting idle. You need to be marketing to them, offering them solutions. I can help you keep it. I can buy it if you want to sell it, or if you just want to give it to me, I'll take it. Well, Terry, if they give you a house, there's probably something wrong with it. Oh yeah, there's something wrong with it. That's when I can call those banks and start talking about, hey, look, how about if you sell me the note? Say, look, listen, you guys, homeowners are not able to make their payments. Landlords are not able to make their payments. Banks are not getting their payments. I don't think y'all got that. I don't think y'all got that. Look, homeowners are not getting their payments. I'm sorry, homeowners are not making payments to the bank. Landlords are not making payments to the bank. The bank's not getting payments. Woo, there's some problems out there. There's some problems out there in the world. Terry Bontemps is a problem solver, especially, exclusively, if they own real estate. Now, I hope y'all got that. It probably went over your head, but all I'm saying is, look, COVID-19 is the biggest financial opportunity for real estate investors, to build wealth and profit from. I'm a landlord, I'll die a landlord, okay? COVID-19 has caused landlords major problems. Can you solve our problems? Doing it. You guys haven't heard any other investors, no other gurus, no other authorities in real estate talk about how you can help people keep their homes. That's a game changer. It's a game changer. Right now, people are sitting at home waiting on you to put the word out that you can help them so that they can call you. Everybody's at home. I know the economy's opening up again, but everybody's at home on the computer, on their tablet, on their smartphone, surfing the web, surfing the internet. Why is this a perfect time? Because everybody is waiting. Everybody is dealing with this pandemic. They're looking for answers. They're looking for solutions. That government Band-Aid that they put on will come off January 31st in California, unless they decide to extend it. How do I know that? Because I'm a landlord. I have a tenant that's not paying. Okay? January 31st. Real estate's going to be a free fall. Real estate's going to be everywhere. And the thing of it is, why are you not forming solutions? Why are you not working with these homeowners so that you can make some money? Perfect time for real estate. Oh, it's a perfect time if you're a real estate investor, if you have a strategy like I'm talking about. Can you guys understand what I'm saying? Are you following me right now? Again, we talked about death, divorce, debt, distress, so that you can get a property at a discount so that you can make some money. Right now, you guys, landlords are having major financial challenges during COVID-19 because they're not able to collect rent. If you're a landlord, think about it. You might be going through this. I'm a landlord. I'm going to die a landlord. I love being a landlord. I love that model. It's a perfect business model. It's worked for me. I own all my real estate debt-free. I don't own no banks, no money on my real estate. Because you know what I learned? When I lost my house to foreclosure, I said, you know what? I am no longer going to let a bank be in control of my financial situation. The money I made for my real estate, I started paying off my real estate cash. I have no debt, no credit card debt, no student loan, no home loans. I don't owe no banks, no money. See, I have no financial anxiety right now because of COVID. Yes, that tenant, I have one tenant that's not paying. But guess what? I don't own nothing on the property. It's actually 2 houses on one lot. I'm going to talk about it as we go along. Okay? I have no financial anxiety. I don't even know what they've been through. They didn't call me. I tried talking to them once or twice, wasn't going anywhere, so I said, okay, no problem. I'm not going to be over there trying to stress them out because they may be going through some hard times because of COVID. Who am I as a landlord to go over there and harass them and say, hey, give me my money, give me my money, give me my money, else I'm going to evict you? No. I'm good financially. I am good financially. So, I'm a landlord, and I'm telling you exactly what I've been dealing with, not getting that money in. So right now, they haven't paid since March of 2020. By the time I think I evict them, be March 2021. So they got a year of no rent, probably about $12,000 is what they'll owe me. That's just rent, not including lawyer's fees. Now just imagine if these landlords have more than one tenant that's not paying. Hey, let's look at somebody that's got 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 100, 1,000 units. How many of those tenants are not paying? Do you have a solution to help that landlord not lose that property? Can you buy this property from that landlord, right? Do you have a program to help them keep it? Can you buy it? And if they want to give it to you, do you know how to make the money? How to make the money, build wealth, and get rich. Be a millionaire from real estate. Farming solutions, that's what I do. That's what I'm good at. That's what Terry Bontemps does. That's what Terry Bontemps is going to be teaching you guys, okay? Landlords got problems, okay? They're having problems because they're struggling to meet their financial obligations. Let's say again, this landlord has to make a mortgage payment. They ain't getting no rent. The bank can't foreclose, so the landlord's just sitting there like, what do? I didn't invest in my hard-earned money to become a landlord, and the government says I can't evict. The bank won't foreclose on me, so I'm just sitting idle. Right now, there's a lot of landlords sitting idle, you guys. They're sitting idle. You need to be marketing to them, offering them solutions. I can help you keep it. I can buy it if you want to sell it, or if you just want to give it to me, I'll take it. Well, Terry, if they give you a house, there's probably something wrong with it. Oh yeah, there's something wrong with it. That's when I can call those banks and start talking about, hey, look, how about if you sell me the note? Say, look, listen, you guys, homeowners are not able to make their payments. Landlords are not able to make their payments. Banks are not getting their payments. I don't think y'all got that. I don't think y'all got that. Look, homeowners are not getting their payments. I'm sorry, homeowners are not making payments to the bank. Landlords are not making payments to the bank. The bank's not getting payments. Woo, there's some problems out there. There's some problems out there in the world. Terry Bontemps is a problem solver, especially, exclusively, if they own real estate. Now, I hope y'all got that. It probably went over your head, but all I'm saying is, look, COVID-19 is the biggest financial opportunity for real estate investors, to build wealth and profit from. I'm a landlord, I'll die a landlord, okay? COVID-19 has caused landlords major problems. Can you solve our problems? Can you solve our problems? I can. That's why I'm excited. COVID is going to be a good business for me. It already has been, okay? And you don't need a lot. You don't need a lot. If you got people calling you, hey, I got a house, I got a house, I got a house, I got a house. Whether you have money or not, I'm gonna show you how to do it without money, without credit. We're gonna do that this week. But you guys have your choice of properties because there's no competition. You can't help everybody, y'all. Don't get it wrong. You can't help everybody. And I don't tell everybody I can help them keep it home. I'm not making no promises. What I will do, though, is I will try. I will try to help them keep their home. Woo! Landlords are struggling to meet their financial obligations. See, landlords have expenses, okay? They got to pay with no revenue coming in. This landlord has expenses, you guys. Property taxes, upkeep on the property. If something goes wrong while this tenant is not paying, if the heater goes out, the air conditioner goes out, the plumbing goes out, who's going to pay it? Is the government going to pay it? Is the tenant going to pay it? Who's responsible? That's right, the landlord. How do I know this? Because I'm a landlord. I haven't had the expenses yet. They've been quiet over there. But I don't know what kind of condition the property's in. I'm not going over there because COVID. I'm not doing no house inspections. My health is more important than that rental property and money. Now, what if there's a landlord that's got these expenses, the tenant's tearing up everything, and they're not getting any rental payments? That's financial distress. Come on, you guys. I'm talking about landlords. Follow me, okay? How long can these landlords survive operating at a loss? I'm talking about your client. Come on, I'm talking about the client you need to be looking for. Hey, landlords, hey, landlords, hey, landlords. My name is Terry Bontemps. I will help you with your tenant problems. Call me, 916-470-3869. How long can these tenants last, or excuse me, these landlords last operating at a loss? What happens when a landlord doesn't have the capital to survive? They don't have no money. There's no money in the bank account. They haven't been collecting rents. That was a part of how they made their livelihood. And they got nothing more to survive on. The only thing they're waiting on right now is to see when is the bank gonna call them and do the foreclosure. And while they're waiting through this process, you should be marketing to them, letting them know you have solutions. So landlords are just sitting there, you guys. They're sitting in limbo. They're taking hits. The government has been unfair to landlords. If the government wanted to be right, they should pay landlords something to help these tenants stay in their home. But no, the landlords are taking a hit. They're taking the brunt of this economic crisis. But that's the way it is. This is why if you become a landlord, you need some cash reserves. Cash reserves to protect yourself when the things go wrong. If you have limited capital and you're trying to be a landlord and things go wrong, sucks. Some landlords not able to view their own property, collect rents, or evict because of COVID-19. You can't even view. I'm a landlord. Now, this is not me because I can view my properties. I've been doing this too long to let some tenant hijack me, pull a gangster move on me, and say, Terry Bontemps, you can't do at your own property. Oh, I'm sorry. That's my kids' money you messing with. That's my kids' money you messing with. So you ain't gonna let, Terry Bontemps ain't gonna let you pull a mafia move on him, right? All right, so here we go. Some landlords are not able to view their own property or collect rent or evict because of COVID-19. Again, landlords that have that revenue, that rental revenue, they rely on that rental revenue. They rely on that rental revenue for income, or they're lost. They're at a loss when the tenant stops paying. That's your customer. And that's who you should be marketing to right now. This is why COVID is the biggest financial opportunity for you. Guess what? Landlords may qualify for forbearance, mortgage forbearance, but they still got economic loss due to COVID. And the forbearance is coming up and it's going to be due. They're not getting paid from the tenant. They have to do a mortgage forbearance with their bank. And now that's coming due. Can you see all this that's going on because of COVID? Guess what? Landlords may have to sell due to not being able to collect rents. And they can't pay their mortgage. So what does that mean, you guys? There's landlords out there waiting on you to get a hold to them, to make them an offer, to buy their house, to help them keep that house, or they'll just give it to you. Are you guys following me? This right now is foundation. See, I'm setting the foundation so as we move forward, you guys know who you're looking for, you know what you're supposed to do, and this system that I'm teaching. I love it. Woo. Hey, landlords may have to sell their rentals. Why? Because they're not able to pay their property taxes. Money's being short. In California, we have 5 years. 5 years. And after the 5th year, somewhere along that time, they'll sell the property because taxes not being paid. There may be some landlords that are in that situation, okay? Woo! Landlords are taking a hit, you guys. They're waiting on you. They need some help, okay? Landlords may have to sell their rentals due to tenants not paying and the landlords having no way of collecting rents. They may have to sell. That's your business. Other investors will not buy these houses. Why? Because if there's a tenant not paying, if you buy this house, then you can't evict them. So this landlord pretty much is forced to sell at a discount so you can make some dollars. If you got some excess capital, we're in October. In California, we can start evictions January 31st. If I have enough capital to hold out, we're not getting any payments from October to January, and if I can afford to pay for a lawyer and some repairs, and I find a landlord that's got a tenant that's not paying and they want out because they're sick and tired, that's discount. That's a discount that has to be done. So what if they don't discount it, Terry? What if they want full value? You have to move on. You have to move on. Next. You find the next landlord. Hey, you got problems. You got tenants not paying. You want out. Tenant's still in there and they're not paying. I need to buy this house. Just like I did earlier with my case study. House is worth $150,000. Needs 20 in repairs. Owner's asking $89,000. I'm going to go in. I have to offer $80,000 on this house. This is the way it's done in real life. $80,000. The reason I'm getting these numbers, you guys, is from my game, Bank Foreclosure Millionaire. It's in the group. Go download the app, start playing it so you can learn what to do once you find a motivated seller that says, hey, yes, I'll sell you my house. And you got to sell it at a discount, okay? There's no, excuse me 1 second. Again, there's no protection and there's no financial compensation for landlords. Where is the protection for the landlord during COVID? Where's the financial compensation for landlords, for us landlords? Where is it? We're taking a hit. We're taking a hit right now. All right, somebody's got to take it. What about the utility bills? What about the utility bills, the upkeep? It's still the responsibility of the landlord. The landlord is still responsible even though there's no rental income. Whoa! What about back rent? Okay, Terry, look, they ain't paid in a year. What about the back rent? Well, you can take them to small claims court and try to get the back rent. How stupid is that? They can't even pay the rent, and then I'm going to take them to court and try to get that money? It's a lost cause. As a landlord, that's a lost cause. I kiss that money goodbye. Again, the floodgates open. January 31st, 2021 in California, evictions are going to be able to resume. And I believe that tenants with evictions on their credit report, on their history, they're going to find it hard to rent a home because there's shortage. There's a shortage of houses. There's a lot of homeless people. Now, you may not be in California. If you're a real estate investor and you're in Texas, you got to follow the laws of Texas. But for me, Terry Bontemps, I know that on January 31st, when I'm dealing with homeowners, when I'm dealing with landlords, I know for a fact nothing can be done until January 31st. That's what I need to know. That's what I need to tell the person I'm talking with. Hey, look, did you know there's nothing you can do till January 31st? That is the law. And I use that as negotiations, okay? A lot of landlords are going to sell to get out of the game, you guys. They want out. I no longer want to be a landlord. In the end, again, I think it's going to hurt tenants. Again, I'm a landlord. I'm going to die a landlord. I ain't selling nothing. I don't sell. I don't sell unless I have to because my real estate is very valuable. Every house that I own, I believe that it has a value of $1 million. Now, my properties, none of my properties are valued at $1 million, but every single property that I own, I believe that when I leave this earth, I'm going to give it to my kids, and my kids will be able to see, my 2 daughters will be able to see those properties go to $1 million because of demand and because of appreciation. Now, I could sell my properties, but I don't need the money. I'm good. My passive income is good. I have no debt. So I'm going to pass that on. I already have a trust set up for my 2 girls. They get everything from daddy. I'm a good man that leaves inheritance to his children, okay? So I get cards all the time from the We Buy House people. Hey, we want to buy your house. They leave their phone number. I call them. I say, hey, I'm willing to sell. I'll sell it to you for $1 million. They go, hey, we pulled the comps and your house is only worth $300,000, $400,000, $500,000, $600,000, $700,000. I said, well, why come you can't buy it for $1 million? You said you buy houses, buy my house for $1 million. I know what you want to do because I'm one of you. You want to buy it at 70% of the value minus the repairs. I said, no, not Terry Bontemps, not me. You're gonna pay a premium to get one of my houses, so I want $1 million. So you in or you out? That's a terrifying number. Don't ever think about calling me no more because I'm going to only go up in price. Again, landlords are struggling to meet their financial obligations, you guys. Landlords have expenses that they're paying with no revenue coming in. How do I know this? Because I am one. This is your time for you guys to get rich during COVID. Because once COVID's over, here's what happens. All those real estate investors that are working at Starbucks right now, that are working at Walmart, that are driving for Uber and Lyft, all those wholesalers, once COVID lifts, here they come again. Here come all the wholesalers, all the flippers. All they want to do is flip, 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 flip. Now you got competition. Right now, it's the best time. Also, on my rental property, the city housing inspector, they want to come in and do an inspection on my house. Tenant's not paying. They got a moratorium going on, no foreclosures, and we're dealing with COVID, and the city housing inspector says, hey, look, we want to come in to check to make sure everything is good. And I'm like, wait a minute, I got to pay them $127. One property, $127. I said, wait a minute. I said, I haven't seen that house. I ain't going in that house because of COVID. I don't know what the tenants have done. And you're telling me you want to go in my property, look at it, and if it's not up to standards, if it's not up to code, if the tenants have destroyed the house, you're going to hit me with a fine saying, Terry, you got 30 days to fix all this. What the bleep? I said, man, you're just trying to rip me off, aren't you? You're going to get me for $127, but you're also going to go in there and hit me with some damages to where I got to pay for it in 30 days and I'm not even collecting any rents. Man, I'm telling you, landlords, we're taking a hit. You got to fight that. And I told them, no. I said, because of COVID, I'm not allowing you in. I said, I have rights. During this epidemic, you should not be allowed to even think about doing inspections because it's dangerous to your health. But it's also a time when landlords and tenants, there's some things going on between landlord and tenants, and you should not be in the middle of this, causing me as a landlord more pain. more distressed during this epidemic? No. No. Got another property. Different city. Hey, we want to do a housing inspection. We want to charge, we want to charge you because we know you're renting that property out. They sent me a bill for $700. $700. I said, you know what? That ain't a rental property. That's my second home. They said, prove it. I sent them bank accounts. I sent them utility bills. That's my second home. That is not a rental property. I do not rent that property out. They gave me a $700 bill because they said, hey, Terry, we've been trying to get a hold of you. We couldn't find you, dude. And now this is added up for these 3 years now. And so you owe us $700. So $700 to this city agency that says I'm renting the property when it's a second home. And then on another property, the city inspector saying, hey, look, we want to inspect just to make sure the property's up to code. Will give us $127. $1,000, you guys. $1,000 you're getting from the landlord, right? They want $1,000 from me just to go in and look at my property that I own, I invested in, it's my money, I own it, but they're trying to control it. Landlord's taking a hit, you guys, so I'm telling you right now, you need to try to get a hold of these landlords that have problems, okay? Again, let's talk about helping people in foreclosure keep their home. This is what we do. Again, do you want to help people keep their home so they don't lose them to foreclosure? Again, let's talk about helping people in foreclosure keep their home. This is what we do. Again, do you want to help people keep their home so they don't lose them to foreclosure? Do you have that in your heart? I'm going to talk to you guys about a house right now. Let me see if I can do this. When you live stream, you don't have the capabilities of doing what you do in a webinar. With a webinar, you can show graphics and pictures, but it's not live. See, what I'm doing now is live. It's happening in real time. I'm going to show you about a house. Let me see if I can do that. There we go. I like that. This is a house. I bought the note on it from the bank. This owner did not want to sell their house. They would not have sold their house to the we buy houses people. This lady was intent on keeping her home. And again, she would have never sold it. I think she would have lost it to foreclosure instead. I went in, I bought the loan, I modified her loan. I'm the bank. Bank of America owns the loan. I bought it from Bank of America. Now she has to make her mortgage payments to Terry Bontemps. Okay? This is buying loans from banks. I modified her loan so she can keep her home. And I'm going to show you later in the week. It was a great, I'm telling you, it was a great deal, you guys. I got 5 different paychecks from this homeowner making their payments to me. 5 different paychecks because I helped this homeowner keep their home. And I started thinking, wow, Terry, this Keep Your Home program is pretty profitable. Plus, tomorrow I'm going to talk about what is no buying. I'm going to tell you all the good things about owning the note. The main thing is, I didn't become a landlord. I was the bank, not a landlord. I've told you all the things that are going wrong with landlords, right? During COVID. There's some things happening with the banks. But the bank don't have to worry about all that stuff that I just talked to you about as far as a landlord. And they get payments. So we're going to talk about that. This is one of the things I've become an expert in also, is buying loans from banks. And we're going to talk about that, okay? But right now I'm just setting the foundation. You guys got to understand. You got to understand how you're going to market. You got to understand what the mindset of is the person that's going to be contacting you, and you got to understand how to move forward so you can make some money. This is like McDonald's. You go to McDonald's University, they teach you how to flip the burger. They teach you every single detail about McDonald's. And that's what I am too. I run my business like McDonald's. You got to know the details. You got to know what the owners are thinking that are calling you. You got to know what they're going through. You got to know how to solve their problem. Here's a guy in Las Vegas. I bought the loan. I bought the loan on his property. I'll get that in there for you. Las Vegas. This guy was $42,000 behind on his mortgage. I paid $42,000 for this guy to keep his home. Not only that, he got behind again. I'm sorry, 48,000. No, 42, I'm sorry, 42. He was 42,000 behind on his mortgage. I helped him keep his home. I said, hey, look, you got to make your payments. Come to find out, he wasn't making his payments again. So I had to put another $18,000 of my own money. $18,000 of my own money into helping this military veteran keep his home. And some of you think I'm just talking. Those are the checks that I wrote, cashier's checks that I sent the bank to help him keep his home. So when I ask you guys, do you have a heart? Do you have a heart-centered movement that you want to help people? Doesn't mean you have to put that money into their home, but I'm genuinely sincere when I say I have a program that can help you keep your home. I've done it all over the United States. I've done it in New York, Florida, Illinois. I've done it in Arizona, California, and Nevada. Helping people keep their homes, okay? Now, also in my Bank Foreclosure Millionaire game, I'm gonna read a few testimonials because we're getting close on time. But in my Bank Foreclosure Millionaire game, you guys, the orange houses, click the orange houses and Bank Foreclosure Millionaire, download it to the Apple Store, the Google Play Store. I did put the QR codes in our group. These homeowners that I've helped keep their homes, they've written me a testimonial letter thanking me for helping them keep their homes. Did you guys hear what I just said? I helped these homeowners keep their homes. I bought the loans from the bank. I modified their loans so they can keep their home, keep them in their home, doing a great public service. And then they wrote me a testimonial letter thanking me for helping them keep their home. Plus I made money. I'm gonna just read one from you here. Again, click the orange houses in Bank Foreclosure Millionaire. It says, thank you for being kind during this most difficult time in my life. It was a relief to receive a phone call from a person that took the time to listen and furthermore to even extend empathy to my children and me. You working with me has made a world of difference. Thank you for all that you've done. Man, if that don't make you feel good, inside something's wrong. As a real estate investor, I help people keep their homes. I get paid good money, and then they write me a testimonial letter thanking me for helping them. I'm gonna read you this testimonial letter and then tell you what happened. I am forever grateful for Terry Bontemps in helping me and my family keep our home. He allowed us to start over in making up our back payments on our loan. They had a home. I was the bank. I owned the paper, the loan, the mortgage. They owed payments for not back payments. I allowed this person to start over from scratch so that they can keep their home. We were in a major financial bind a couple years back, which resulted in us missing our mortgage payments. Terry listened and understood where I was coming from. He was willing to help by allowing us to modify our loan. I would highly recommend Terry Bontemps and his associates' service to anyone that may be having financial difficulties or facing the foreclosure process. Thank you. I got these testimonial letters. I got 6 testimonial letters, you guys. What do you think happens when I market to people and say, hey, look, I can help you keep your home. Call me, 916-470, this is my sign over there right here, 916-470-3869, and they call me. And I says, hey, my name is Terry Bontemps. How can I help you today? Yes, you have a property. Do you want to keep it? You want to sell it, or you just want to give it away? What do you want to do with it? Well, I want to keep it, Terry Bontemps. Good. Well, you talk to the right persons. I may have a program that can possibly help you. I've been helping homeowners all over the United States. I have 6 testimonial letters. Would you like to see those testimonial letters? See, that's credibility. I'm the real deal. This ain't taking advantage of no one, you guys. This ain't taking advantage. That's the first thing people say. Well, you're taking advantage of people. This lady right here, let me tell you what happened. She got real sick. She got real sick. She was living with her mother. 2 single females living in a house. The daughter is the main breadwinner. She gets real sick. She comes back healthy. That's why I modified her loan, because she didn't have any money. All her money was in the medical, just trying to survive. So I started all over the payments. Making payments, doing really well. She gets sick again, you guys. She gets sick again and she dies. The mom calls me and says, Terry, what do we do? Know nothing about this stuff. So again, I help people, I form solutions. That's what makes me feel good. I make good money. Man, let me tell you guys something. I make good money, but I also do something good from my heart. I tell the mom, hey, look, let's just sell the property, pay off the loans that are on the property. That way you can move on. That's exactly what we did. I said, I don't need no more money. I did good. You take the money that's left over, you move on with your life. See, I give a little bit. I give. Because I believe karma is a, you know what? You do people wrong long, it's going to come back and haunt you. See, I'm here to give. Like right now, I'm giving, showing you guys what I've been doing my whole life as a real estate investor and what I love doing. I'm trying to help somebody out there. Cassandra. Woo! Cassandra, single mom. Again, I talked about earlier. Single mom, raising a child. Found someone in bankruptcy with $750,000 worth of real estate. I'm going to try to help the person that's in bankruptcy that Cassandra found, and I'm going to try to help Cassandra so that we get a win-win. What does Terry Bontemps get out of this? Terry Bontemps gets to brag and tell people, hey, look, I got a program that's working during COVID that is incredible. It's incredible. So let me go back to the story of a lady in Vegas that passed away. The daughter passed away. The mom invited me to the services. I'm a bill collector. I'm a creditor. I own the note on the house that they were making payments on. The daughter passes away. She writes me a testimonial letter before she passes away. And the mother invites me to the funeral services. A creditor. We ain't met face to face. Woo! Come on, you guys. Y'all got to give it up. Come on. Come on, come on, come on. Woo! Is that a beautiful business? thunk, Terry Bontemps, when you first started out there hustling hard as a real estate investor, you would be where you're at today. No debt. I don't owe the banks no money. Teaching other people how to be successful. Helping homeowners in foreclosure keep their homes. My real estate student made $1.2 million. $1.2 million in 1 hour. Became a millionaire, a multi-millionaire in 1 hour from what I taught him about buying loans from banks, which we're gonna be covering this week, you guys. And today is just a start. Woo! Can you tell I'm excited? I love what I do. Uh-oh, we're gonna have to cut it down because my battery is low. Give me a second. All right, well, hey, that's one way to get me off this. Okay, again, here's what you wanna ask the owner. Do you wanna sell it? Do you wanna keep it? Do you just wanna give it away? All the leads that you get from your real estate, okay? Again, I got one more story. I got a lady that gave me a house. Her husband passed away. I knocked on the door and I said, "Is John there?" She said, "John just passed away." I said, "You got 2 houses on 1 lot. What are you gonna do with it?" She says, "Terry, I'm gonna give it back to the bank." I said, "I'd like to have it." Her husband passed away. She didn't want to be dealing with tenants, toilets, and trash. I said, "Could you have it?" She gave it to me for free. She gave me 2 houses on 1 lot. 2 houses on 1 lot. Let's say we do it that way, okay? She didn't ask me for no money. She didn't ask me for no money. She didn't ask me for no money. I got these houses right now, 2 houses on 1 lot, paying me $2,100 a month. $2,100 a month. I don't owe no banks no money. I got $2,100 a month on a free house that somebody gave me that was in foreclosure because someone had passed away, her husband. There's people out there, you guys. COVID-19 is the biggest financial opportunity for you as a real estate investor.
Hey, Jason. How are you?
Today is October the 21st, and I'm from Michigan, and I'm on my 3rd day of the on-site training.
Yahoo!
I just wanted to say thank you. Thank you for your elite mentoring, for sending Terry Bontemps to me for a coach and a mentor. It has been fabulous. And as you may or may not know, when I signed up for the $25,000 coaching program, I was a newbie. I didn't know anything about real estate. And I only had like $150 a month budgeted out for marketing. And you know, things started happening when he came here because my car broke down the first 2 days of mentoring.
Hey, Jason, it broke down twice. She was supposed to be here at 8 o'clock. She didn't get here till 12, Jason.
I'm serious. It wouldn't start. We were like, oh, we got to get a rental car, go to Enterprise.
I said, no worries, though, no worries. We can do this. We can still do it.
So I had to spend $85 of my $100 or $150 for marketing to fix my car. Then I had to put $20 in the gas tank just to get to Terry. And
it's not the worst of it yet, Jason.
So basically, all of my marketing money was gone.
No money for marketing, Jason. None.
It was in my car.
I guess I could have used mine, but it's like, no, that would have been too easy. Keep using hers. OPM.
I mean, I really didn't know, but after working with Terry, he said, no, that's okay. He taught me how to do this with no money. I have not spent a dime because I don't have any more money for marketing. It's gone. But he showed me how to do this, and that's amazing to me. So on the 2nd day on site, he started role playing with me and teaching me these scripts that he uses to talk to banks. And I was like, banks? I'm gonna be talking to banks? I don't know how to do that. But he kept teaching me, telling me to smile, and I was shaking.
Smiles and fun, Jason. Have fun.
You know, we're gonna go into banks, this is what we're gonna say, and so forth. Just relax. So we took the information, we went directly to 5 banks on one street, bank after bank. then he said, well, Sherry, you know, it's your turn. And I was like, well, wait a minute, you just did one, Terry. Wait a minute, I'm supposed to do the last.
That's why I'm a teacher, you're a student, so.
I went in there and I was nervous, but I used the scripts. And you're not going to believe this, but one of those banks, the branch manager gave me a portfolio of loans printed out. I think it's like 4 pages.
Well, you know what? I think, hey, here it is right here, Jason. That's it.
4 pages.
4 pages.
And it was a portfolio of loans that had 52 REOs, 59 defaulted notes, with a total of 111 properties that I have access to. Thanks to Terry, he taught me.
She does, Jason, she
does.
But
they're valued at $20 million. I've never had anything that had value of $20 million other than my family, which was priceless. But what's even great about it is these are residential and commercial properties in this package. And Terry has a hedge fund that he works with that has $100 million, and they may be interested in buying the whole package. And that means I will get 1% of that package, which is $200,000.
How much?
$200,000.
From no money.
No money to
on a 3-day training, you can make $200,000. Wow.
With 3-day training, that just amazes me. So I am so excited. And once more, we're going to be following up, and I actually have another appointment.
That's right.
With the assistant vice president of a bank on Friday, and I'm like, oh my goodness,
is that tomorrow?
What am I going to say?
Is that tomorrow or next Friday?
Next Friday.
Oh, next Friday, good.
Next
okay,
Friday.
all right.
So I don't even know what to say, but Terry's going to prep me, and I just believe that everything's going to work fine.
Oh, definitely, definitely.
So, Jason, I'm going into these banks, and I'm talking to bank presidents and asset managers. I mean, words I don't even know or didn't even know exist. Senior vice presidents. So I just wanted to let you know that this never would have happened without you sending Terry, especially custom made for me through your elite mentoring program. So thank you so very much. And as you know, I never even spent any of my marketing money outside of on my car. So thank you. That is so cool. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Jason.
Thanks a lot. Well, my experience with my mentor, Terry Bontemps, was very, very exciting. It was very informative. And he showed me many things, including how to get leads with no money. Now, I just can't believe that, with no money. I didn't have hardly any money anyway, but he was showing me how to do it with no money. And here's what happened. I had a budget of $100 for marketing, and I had to have that before Terry arrived. So I told Terry I got about $100 for budgeting. Well, my car broke down the first 2 days of the mentorship program, and I just couldn't believe it. And I said, Terry, I can't get to you. And so I had to spend $85 to fix my car. That's my marketing money. Then I had to put the rest of the money in the gas tank just to get to Terry. So I didn't have any money for marketing. So I show up and I meet this mentor for the first time, and I was like, man, I don't have any money. So Terry was like, that's okay. And so he was prepared when I got here. He was focused and dedicated. And he showed me how to make and get leads with no money. And I am just like in awe of that. I really am, because I didn't think it could be done, especially with my type of budget and what just happened to me. So he went straight to the core of what I needed. And I needed that information. He knew how to deliver with maximum impact. So he considered my lifestyle. He considered my work habits. He considered my family life. And he built a mentorship program around that, just for me. It was like tailor-made for me. Somebody was having problems the first 2 days and no money down, and he went straight there and just helped me from the bottom up. And so I learned the process of making money through Terry. And he, at the end, the third day, this is the third day, I have a portfolio of over $20 million, and I can get 1% of that, which is $200,000, from no money, car breaking down, to a mentor who took me by the hand and look at the position I'm in now. Thank you, Terry, so much.
Did you know that Terry Bontemps' real estate mentoring students are making the most profits per deal in the real estate investing market? One of his top coaching students made $1.2 million on one deal from a $120,000 investment. Another one of Terry's real estate students increased her net worth $1.5 million from what she learned from him. She made $400,000 on one deal. Are you a real estate investor? Are you interested in getting into real estate and haven't yet? Terry Bontemps will personally teach you how to make money, build wealth, get rich, and be a real estate millionaire. Terry Bontemps has over 38 years of real estate investing experience. Call him at 916-470-3869. That's 916-470-3869. He personally answers his own phone 95% of the time, even on Saturdays, Sundays, and holidays. Ever wished you had a real estate mentor to take you by the hand and personally teach you how to make money buying and selling houses so that you can build wealth in real estate? Are you an investor that's closed a few deals and you're looking for personal guidance to help you invest smarter, flip quicker, and increase your profit margins in your local real estate market? Terry Bontemps will personally teach you how to make money, build wealth, get rich, and be a real estate millionaire. Terry Bontemps has over 38 years of real estate investing experience. Call him at 916-470-3869. That's 916-470-3869. He personally answers his own phone 95% of the time, even on Saturdays, Sundays, and holidays. Terry Bontemps has personally invested in 6 different real estate markets across the United States. He's invested in California, Nevada, Arizona, New York, Florida, and Illinois. Listen 24/7 to real estate investing expert Terry Bontemps on Real Estate Investor Radio. Go to 365live.com and type in Real Estate Investor Radio. That's Real Estate Investor Radio. Listen to Terry Bontemps on Real Estate Investor Radio from your computer, TV, laptop, tablet, or mobile device. Subscribe to Terry Bontemps' YouTube channel, where he has over 240 real estate investing, education, and mentoring videos. Download Terry's app on your Roku device. His Roku channel is Real Estate Investor TV. Google Terry Bontemps or connect with him on LinkedIn or Facebook. Terry Bontemps will personally teach you how to make money, build wealth, get rich, and be a real estate millionaire. Terry Bontemps has over 38 years of real estate investing experience. Call him at 916-470-3869. That's 916-470-3869. He personally answers his own phone 95% of the time, even on Saturdays, Sundays, and holidays.
Hey, hello there. It's Terry Bontemps, and I want to talk to you guys today about something that's really special to my heart, something from that's come my way from buying notes, and it kind of was a surprise. But what I'd like to do is share, again, something that's happened as far as me affecting not only my community, but communities all over the United States. And basically what I'm going to call this is the secrets to cashing in on the foreclosure crisis, and then at the same time helping your community. What we're going to be talking about here is how to help homeowners in foreclosure keep their homes. And I've been doing that since 1999. I want to call this my model because this is truly buying notes at its best and helping homeowners in foreclosure keep their home. This property happened to be in Las Vegas. The bank that I was working with actually sent me a list. I kind of picked this one out. I don't know why I picked it out. I just picked it out. And I want to tell you a little bit about this guy. His name is Earl Harrison. Earl Harrison, when I met him, he was recently divorced. He was dealing with family law court. And I'll talk about that on the on one of the future slides. He was $42,000 behind on his first mortgage. He was $6,000 behind on his second mortgage. Now, the thing of it is, I didn't know when I bought his note that he was $42,000 behind, so it was a big surprise. He wasn't all at $42,000 at one time. It graduated to that amount over some time. I wish I could remember how long it was, but you know, it wasn't just right now $42,000 is due. He had an IRS wages garnishment. He had an unreliable automobile to get to work, and his house needed repairs. He had no equity in his home, and he couldn't pay a realtor to sell his home. You know, that is what's happening in today's economic crisis. A lot of people have been hurt real bad, and it really surprises me when I look back on this note deal that I did, how relevant it is to today's market. So in this situation, this property, the only thing I see happening to it was it going to foreclosure. If I wouldn't have stepped in to buy his note and another note buyer bought it, I don't think this note buyer, the new note buyer, would have treated him the way I did. So I don't think a realtor would have been able to save his house because, again, they weren't making a commission, and I don't think they would have done some of the things that I've done. So, again, this is a situation that, you know, is happening every day, and how you, me, anybody that buys notes can kind of change the flow of more people losing their house to foreclosure. I lost my house to foreclosure, and I went through the process. I know what it's like. I mean, it was like I laid on the couch in a fetal position, and I cried and cried and cried because I felt like it let my family down. So I went through that. It made me stronger, but now I've come to realize I have a solution, you know, to stopping some of these foreclosures. Now, it took me a $4,300 initial investment to buy, again, his second note. I also paid $1,800 in attorney's fees, and the reason I paid $1,800 in attorney's fees is because Earl Harrison's wife had been awarded the property, and when they were going through their divorce. And what happened was she had stayed in the house and didn't make some payments, and all of a sudden Earl Harrison goes to court and asks for the house back. So the judge gives him the house back, and by this time I own the note. And so I come to find out, I said, well, Earl, did you get any paperwork stating that you own the house? And he goes, I don't remember. So I went, oh my gosh, I'm starting to think, man, I made a really bad mistake. So what I did, I paid $1,800 to have an attorney tell me who actually owned the house. And it ended up being its community property. Both of them still owned it. All right, and then I had to put $4,400 in repairs. I actually flew down to Las Vegas. I'm a carpenter, and I flew to Las Vegas, and I actually did the work, me and Earl, and I think I hired some other people to do work I don't do, and I actually fixed his house up, and I'm telling you, that was such a gratifying experience. Now, those are the checks that I sent in, and as you see, there's the $42,000 that he was behind, and what happened was I paid the $42,000 to get him caught up. I didn't give it to him. I paid the bank. And lo and behold, I told him, hey, look, we're caught up now. And what I want you to do is start making your normal monthly payments. And he said he could. So I let him stay in his house instead of kicking him out, instead of selling it. Lo and behold, I get a call from the bank, or I get a notice from the bank that he's behind in payments again. So I found out the number was $18,000. So right here, you guys, you can see I put over $61,000 of my own money into his house. What I want to show you is the dumpster. And it's only one dumpster. I showed you a front view or side view, two side views. It's only one dumpster. Look at all the stuff that, you know, came from the house, inside the house, and around the house. And that's normal. You know, when people don't have money to make their payments, you know, things kind of accumulate, and you just kind of put it where you can. So, again, I bought the dumpster. I helped him load it up. I mean, you know, I got out there and got my hands dirty because I like that type of stuff. And if you take a look, this is the property. And if you look toward the back on the right-hand side, he borrowed $20,000 to have the patio cover put on, the concrete. And if you can see up top, he had the shade screens put on because Las Vegas is extremely hot. So that's what he borrowed $20,000 on, and then he defaulted on that, and that allowed me to go in and buy that second mortgage. Now, take a look at the property. After we cleaned it up, I went in and painted and put new carpet in. It was a beautiful house, and I'll tell you this. He was standing downstairs at one point, and he was looking like he was lost.
And I asked him, I said, hey, what's going on, man? He says, you know what, Terry, my house hasn't looked like this since I bought it. And I went, wow. So he was kind of reminiscing when he had first bought the house, how beautiful it was and how he had went through all this turmoil and now was back in an excellent condition. So that was pretty touching for me also. Here's the upstairs view. You can see the upstairs and then leading going downstairs. It was the largest home in this tract. It was definitely a beautiful home. So there's the master bath and the master bedroom. Now, again, I want to let you guys know I paid $70,000, again, for Mr. Harrison to keep his home. Do you guys know of any other investor, any other relative, that would have paid the type of money I did to help him keep his home? And so I'm really proud of that. I'm proud of the fact that, I tried to help someone the best I could, even though it didn't turn out exactly the way we thought it would. And some people say, well, would you do it again, Terry? Yes, I would. I would do it again because it was the right thing to do, and I have the skills to make sure I didn't lose my $70,000, okay? And again, I met a friend, and it's really amazing. Even though he didn't make his payments, and I paid that amount of money, I still believe he made me a better person, and he made me look at my business a whole lot deeper than I currently look at it. So, yeah, I would do it again, and I consider him still a friend. If he called me today, I would do everything I could to try and help him out. Again, these are advanced techniques, you guys. The average person or a beginner should not even think about doing what I'm doing here. I'm a proven veteran that's been doing real estate, again, for the last 11 years, dealing with people in foreclosure. I'm just trying to show you some of the experience I have. If you're thinking about investing with me, you can tell I've been through some real tough situations. If you're thinking about learning how to invest, again, who better to teach you? There's the check I finally pulled out of the property. And again, when you look at it, some people say, well, Terry, you put a lot in. I go, yeah, I got a lot out, but there was a lot to this. Let me share some of the other things that happened. I paid a realtor 6% commission to sell this property. And that came out of my proceeds, okay? Because, again, I was the one funding the property. So let's say I sold it for $200,000. I paid a realtor $12,000 of my profit to get the property sold. That's the cost of being in business, and I wanted to get the property sold quickly. Now, as soon as I sold that property, probably about, 3 or 4 months later, the economic crisis hit, the mortgage meltdown, and the person that bought that house, they lost it to foreclosure. So the economy went south, and Las Vegas took a big hit. So I'm kind of glad I got that sold. Now, I also loaned the new buyer $5,000 so that they can pay off some of their debt that they had, and that would allow them to qualify to buy the house. So not only did I help Mr. Harrison, but then I helped this buyer, the new buyer, qualify to get a new loan. Even though they lost the property, here I am helping others also in this process. Again, these are only techniques, you guys, that someone like myself that has mastered the foreclosure business, that's, again, something I can do because I'm an expert at this. So if you're looking, again, for an expert to help guide you through this foreclosure and economic crisis, investing in real estate, I'm your guy. I'm your guy, and I hope that all the case studies that you're looking at gives you different perspectives of what can happen when you buy notes or you invest in notes. All of the notes are all different. You have to be able to analyze them and look at them and treat them all differently. Also, he wrote me a testimonial, and I'm just going to read a little bit of it here. It says here, I have only one way to describe the help that Terry Bontemps has done for me, and the word is miraculous. I was at my wit's end of having any idea of what I was going to do about my home. I hadn't been in it for nearly 3 years, when through some legal circumstances I was court ordered to return my home and try to save it from foreclosure. You see, my ex-wife had been living in the home, and my divorce was not done properly through the court system here in Las Vegas. But that is an entirely different subject. Upon my arrival home, I had no idea what I was going to do. I filed a Chapter 13 bankruptcy and did not go so well either due to other circumstances. Eventually, my bankruptcy was dismissed, and the house was again back in foreclosure. There had been a number of sharks, and that is the term I have for them, sharks knocking at his door with proposals and so-called strategies on selling his house to them for practically pennies. He said he happened to open up a letter addressed to his ex-wife and himself, and it was from me. It was from Terry. I do not know to this day what made me call him, but it turned out to be one of the best calls that he had ever made. Terry had a way of making me feel relaxed about my situation. He really has a way of communicating and let you know that you're still in control of your destiny. I explained how the home was returned to me through the courts, and I, above all, wanted to preserve my VA loan. You see, if you default on your VA loan, you're not eligible for a home loan again. And I'll tell you this, you guys, I paid off his loan, so now he can buy another house when he gets himself in a position. So I'm proud of that fact also. This is a beautiful business. Well, it says here, I had thought about selling the home, but truly had no desire to leave the home that he had seen being built from the ground up, and he had some very good memories there. Well, Terry came through for me, and it was unbelievable what he had done for him. You know, in a time like mine, it's good to know that there are really some genuine people out there, and of course, others could not believe that a complete stranger to me could be so kind. But all my trust went into working with Terry, and now I'm as happy as a lark. I am in my home, back on track, and I have Terry Bontemps to thank for all this happiness. I can go on and on with all the other details, but this testimonial will turn out to be a novel. If you find yourself in a similar situation or remotely close to my situation, do not hesitate to put your trust into Terry, because I can guarantee you the results will please you. Wow. That is very touching. I have plenty of testimonials that I work with homeowners that give me this type of testimonial simply because I'm helping them keep their home. I was their lifeline, okay? I helped them when they were down, get back on their feet and get back into their house. So there you go, you guys. You know, I hope that touched you as well as this touched me. Every time I tell the story, I seem to, kind of swell up inside. But again, it tells me that I have a tremendous value that I can offer our society, our community. So thanks a lot. I look forward to working with you on the next case study. So have a great day. Talk to you guys later. Bye.
Okay, Ron, you go right ahead.
Okay, this is how I wind up meeting you. I had an opportunity to buy a building, but how I went about buying this building is I had a warehouse around the corner from it, and one day I noticed all the grass was growed up all around it. I said, man, why they're not taking care of the building? So I did a little investigation, found out that the bank had foreclosed on it and took possession of the property. So they had an auction and sold off all the equipment, but I wasn't interested in that. I just interested in the property. So what happened is I got a hold of the bank and they said, well, we're interested in selling property, but we'd rather sell the note. We don't want to sell, the real estate, but you say, but if you can buy this note and get back with me. So I said, okay, this was on a Friday. So I said, what the hell are they talking about, a note? So that's when I got on the internet and I happened to run across Terry. I said, Terry, I need a quick tutor on what a note is. So Terry counseled me and charged me. I thought it was a reasonable fee. And he gave me the ins and outs. Most of all, he gave me the language and gave me the understanding what a note is. So I called the bank back that Tuesday because I had to study up on what Terry had taught me. So I called the bank back Tuesday and had a conversation with them, and they say, okay. I said, well, I want to. I don't have no problem with buying a note. And they said, well, and this note is about $800,000 that the person, they owe $850,000. You'll take over the note, and you just got to collect the money for them. So the bank was really frustrated going into court with this guy. But they said, Ryan, you got to take the position of us, and you just, you handle it from there. And I said, I got no problem with that. But what my understanding is, well, and what you gonna charge me? They said, well, Ryan, you give us $300,000, and we think we can make this happen. I said, nah. I said, I tell you what, I offer you $100,000, and I pay the back taxes, which the back taxes was like $40,000, but you got to pay the water bill, and the water bill was about $30,000. So I said, they said, they started calculating on their calculator, and no, Ryan, that won't work for me. And I said, well, then what will work? If you can do 110, we can make this work. I said, deal. So I got this building for $110,000. Now, in order to take full possession, so I called up the owner. First of all, I was calling attorneys, and they was giving me all this long runaround stuff, whether we got to go through court, we got to do it, and it was going to be enormous attorney bills. So I asked the bank, I said, can I talk to the owner of this note, who possesses this note? He said, yeah, it's your building. You can do what you want to do. So I called the owner up and say, look, I can make that $850,000 go away if you do a lieu of deed. Just sign me the building over. I don't care about the money. So he said, you can make this debt go away. But I say, understand, that debt is your debt, so it's considered income. So you got to pay the taxes on that. And he said, deal. The next day we signed a lieu of deed. I got the property. He's happy. I'm happy. We eliminated all those attorney fees. And man, this building that I own today, this building worth around about $1.3 million.
Oh man!
The only thing I did some more renovations to it, but I only paid I got about $160,000 invested. But the building just it's another building right down the street from me, sold about 1.5.
Wow.
Same square footage.
So you saying you got $160,000 into it, Ron?
Yep. Yep.
Congratulations.
And it's worth about 1.3.
Wow.
And I got, this is a 70,000 square foot facility. It's 70,000. So, and I got a lot of land around me too.
How much land you got? Any idea? With that acre?
I'm probably sitting on an acre. I'm probably sitting on an acre of land. And then, but this was an opportunity. Anytime you could spend $160,000 in your asset, the day you sign on it, you made heck, $1.2 million on it. You know what I'm saying? Right. You made a lot of money.
Wow.
So
man, Ron, I'm so excited, man.
That's what the information that you shared with me. It was a crash course, but heck, I didn't have time. I think the key thing is when you can go with cash money.
Yep.
And do the deals, it's so much easier because now you for real, and they looking at that cash and say, hey, I want out. A lot of times they just want out.
Wow.
So if you can put yourself in position to relieve that pain.
That's right.
That's a great position to be in.
So what did that do for your business, Ron, to have that building? Because I know I did a little research on you. I never researched before until you sent me that information. And I said, well, let me look at you. And I see you got a nice little business going. What do you do for the business? What's your business all about?
Well, I got about four businesses. One is I do import export of auto parts, engine, transmissions. We buy surplus, and for Ford, GM, Chrysler, whatever, and then we turn around and sell it, throughout the country.
Right.
Then I have a wholesale distribution business, which we wholesale emerald products to like the schools, the cities, the counties. A few of the automotive industrial complexes. And then that's another business. And then we do office supplies, but we mostly do hard roll and fine paper. All the RS paper that you get today, your bills and invoices,
right,
that's coming from us. Wow. That's coming from us. We do the RS statewide. And then that's the other business. Then we do buying commercial real estate. We buy and sell commercial real estate.
Right. Oh my gosh.
My love. But if notes is kind of hard.
Yes.
Hard. You really gotta find and walk in a position on those opportunities. But it's kind of hard to just look and find notes. But that's your expertise.
Right.
But
Now,
but
you could always
but
go
if you
back to
get-
that same bank, right? You ever went back to him and say, let's do
Well,
this again?
I went back to the same bank, and the guy that I was dealing with, he got transferred into the churches.
Yep.
So he had all he was doing is churches, and I didn't really. I looked at 3 of those, and I bid it on some, but that never did pan out for me. But I always love commercial buildings.
Right. That's
And,
good. That's good, man.
That's my kind of sweet
That's
spot.
your forte. Hey, you know what, Ron? I know you're a busy guy, but I don't know, man. I think we might have to do some seminars if you got time. But if you don't have time, I get it. I understand. That's my thing. So, but you could easily get out there and tell them just that story, man, and it'll do really well. I'm gonna have to come to Detroit. Are you ever in California?
Man, I was there over the Christmas holidays. We rented an Airbnb, and all of us, my family, we all flew down there and tried to enjoy some of that sunshine.
Yeah.
But yeah, my brother stays there, so he stayed out in the Bay Area.
Yeah, that's
like
close to
Oakland.
me. That's
Yeah, that's the area he stays in.
Well, that's where I'm
So-
going this
so-
weekend, man. So when you come back again, I'll wait till you come to me because I know it's cold in Detroit, right?
Yeah, man, you don't want to come now.
Hey, you know what
That's
though?
for sure, you don't want to come now.
You know what? I
Just
will
don't go.
come.
But you know what, Terry?
Yes, sir.
It is so much opportunity, especially in what you do, and you able to, help these folks along. But they gotta have, a lot of guys say, well, you can do this without no money. That's kind of hard. That's what my projection.
Well,
It's
you
kind
could
of hard to do it.
you could do it without money, Ron, but you got to have somebody's money. It don't have to be yours, but
Yeah.
you got to be skilled and educated in order to use other people's money to pull this off.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
it takes money. If you
Right.
have the money, it's
Now-
great. If you don't have the money, it don't eliminate you, but it makes it just a little bit more difficult. But it ain't impossible.
Exactly. I prefer having money because I walk into situations and back when I signed on that dotted line,
Yeah.
I made money the day I signed on that line.
Ron, you exactly what I look for. And I mean, again, you look for me. I ain't gonna take. You deserve all the credit because you did everything you were supposed to do. And I tell people all the time, I could be the greatest mentor in the world, but if you don't do nothing with it, we'll never know. You
Exactly.
just confirm that, hey, if you go out and you take care of your business and you use real estate will work. That's what I've been harping on. That's
Exactly.
what I love doing. But you know what, Ron? If I could come there and make this video side by side, I'm telling you, I would come to Detroit. I don't care what the weather is, because just having this video and you saying what you said, that's called confirmation.
Right.
What I talk about, people say, well, skeptical, con artist, rip-off guy. I'm saying,
Right,
no. Look, Ron just told you what he did. Now, Ron, I'm going to do one more thing, and I'm going to let you go because I know you're busy.
Mm-hmm.
That one deal could elevate you to millionaire status, right? Just that one deal.
I am.
Okay, I got it.
Okay.
I know what you are, Ron, but I'm gonna try to deflect it to that one deal. Just that one commercial deal made you an additional millionaire or a millionaire. Am I right?
Well, I ain't gonna say that.
Okay, I know what you. I know. I just want you to be modest with me.
What it done, Terry, is look. It took us $160,000 investment, turned it into $1.3 million.
So that made you a
What does
millionaire,
that tell
Ron.
you?
That made you a millionaire, right?
But,
Okay.
But also to what it did is I had a couple of other warehouses that I had staff and personnel in. It allowed me to sell those 2 warehouses and move everybody into this one.
So you consolidated.
I consolidated. And then from there, it allowed me to buy. I brought. Yeah, but I'll tell you when we off recorded.
You know what? No. I'm gonna edit it. I'm gonna edit it, Ron. I'm gonna edit it. Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna cut it out.
But
I'm gonna cut it out.
Yeah, but man,
I want to know.
man,
You know why, Ron?
I done brought 2 more warehouses and all sorts of stuff. Right now, I'm buying a church. Now, in this church, it got office space upstairs, and it got the sanctuary downstairs, and it has 2 parking lots on each side. Guess what I'm gonna do?
What you gonna do with it, Ron?
Now, that church, I'm gonna be able to pick up about 20,000. Now, it ain't in the best of neighborhoods.
Oh, I understand.
But that's okay.
It's coming up.
That's okay.
You know
But
Detroit.
What I'm gonna do?
Right.
What I'm gonna do with it is creativity makes money.
You got it.
Money don't make money now.
Yep.
Let's get that straight. Creativity that makes this money. So what I'm gonna do with that church is it's not gonna be a church any longer.
Yep.
Where the sanctuary at, I'm gonna put about maybe 6 to 8 commercial kitchens in there. The upstairs gonna be another office space for different businesses.
Right.
The commercial kitchens gonna allow you. How many people you know that can cook real good and but just don't have the space to go ahead and go out professionally and do it?
Go ahead, Ron. Talk to me.
It's a lot of opportunity for people to rent space, just like you rent a shed or storage space.
Exactly.
Rent a part of its kitchen and start your business. You got office space. Now you can cater. You can do a whole lot of things with if you had a commercial space. Because right now, if you're dealing with the public with food, you gotta have it. You gotta produce it out of a commercial kitchen.
Okay.
Or the health department will shut you down.
That's right. Yep, you're exactly right.
So it gives me the opportunity to make money, but also too, it gives me the opportunity to help other people make money.
That's right.
And do it the right way.
That's right. And you know what, Ron? If you can just show them a little business and show them how to operate it, and they can make some income, win-win. Everybody wins.
Everybody wins, but Terry, each kitchen can make around about each kitchen. I got another place going up. Each kitchen can make about 10,000 a month.
Wow.
If you rent it all outright, you do all the things that you need to do. But hey, Terry, if you fall short of 5, that ain't hateful.
Nope.
But the ideal thing is being creative and create different cash flows that don't tie up all your time.
Ron, you know what? Let me go back to this. I need to go back to this because I want to hear it from you. You became a millionaire from one note deal on a commercial building. Is that a yes or no? No.
I was there before then.
I know, Ron. I know what you're saying, but here's what. I have a student of mine. She's in Maryland.
Okay.
She went out and bought 3 notes from the bank. One person owned all 3 notes, so probably side by side. She flipped that for $400,000. Ain't touched it at all. Made $400,000 on one deal. She increased her net worth to $1.5 million. And so she became a millionaire. And what happened to me? I became a millionaire mentor. So that's what I'm trying to get out of you is that one deal, just that one, Ron, made you a millionaire.
It made me it made me way more than that.
Well, that's what I want to hear because that's what I'm going to start telling people. Look, with what I can teach you, you got the potential to be millionaire, multi-millionaire. But I got to hear from you. I got to hear from you, and that's what I'm trying to get out. So I get it.
Okay.
I love the fact you're successful. And again, I'm going to edit out the parts so that nobody can reach you. But it's confirmation because you said it, and that's what I want to hear. Ron, tell me how this has helped your family, because I left a voicemail on Junior's message machine on accident.
Okay.
How's this helped your family out, man? You're already okay, but what does that do for your son? Does he see it? Come on, tell me a little bit about the family situation.
Well, it allowed me. I got 2 sons.
Okay.
It allowed me, and this is what I did for my kids. I just don't hand them straight out money. But
oh yeah,
one son lives in New York, he wanted to open up a studio. So he saved about $20,000. He gave that money to me. I invested into real estate. We bought a house. We renovated, flipped it, and he walked away with $70,000.
All right, you're all right. I love it.
And he took that $70,000, opened up a studio in New York, and he's in the film and TV industry, and he's doing real well. The name of his company is Necessary Studio.
Mm-hmm.
So they does videos, music, all sorts of stuff. But he works for he works for some major players there doing
Right.
the editing and all that. But then he opened up his own spot, and he ain't looked back.
No, that's good.
He looked back, and this a kid that went out there with $3,000 in his pocket. He lived in one of those little incubators where you rent a bed, and you had to have multi-showers. So this kid really wanted it bad. And 7 years later, man, he living in Manhattan, got his own business, and so
Wow.
he did good. But it started out,
He's a rag to riches. He's a rags to riches
Right,
story. He pulled
exactly.
himself up by the bootstrap. When you living in situation like that, but this is America, Ron, and
Right.
we can do this business if we apply ourselves. So
Exactly.
I'm thrilled, man. I'm thrilled. I'm so
Yep.
tickled, Ron. Once you made
So
that
it
post,
allowed me. In other words, it allowed me to fund some of my son's projects and allow them to prosper and grow and reinvest that money. And now they out there doing their own thing. My son, that he worked for me for, I think, 12 or 13 years.
right?
He started his own business, and that business became strong enough where he can go out and do it on his own.
Man, Ron, yeah,
So-
when you made that post yesterday or day before yesterday, I couldn't
Yeah.
sleep, man. I could not sleep because I knew you had did good, and I'm going, man, I got to get a hold of Ron. So I started searching you out. Ron, when did you buy that building? I can't even remember.
I brought it in 2015.
2015. Wow, man.
Yep. I brought it in 2015, and like I said, man, Terry, man, I caught you on a weekend. And you said, Ryan, it's gonna cost you, man. I think you charged me $700. I said, Terry, I don't care.
Yeah,
I just need to get educated.
Right,
and
right.
You gave me a little crash course, told me what the buzzwords were, and talk their language, and you explained how the notes work. Man, I took it and ran from there.
But see, I need you
Just
too,
that
Ron.
over the weekend.
Yeah, I need you too. Here's the reason why. It was $700 to charge you, which I'm okay with and you okay with. But if I take what you are saying right now and I make a video with you and I go ahead and market that thing the way I'm supposed to, it's infinity financial wise. I enjoy it because I love to see success, man. I love it. Especially when I can have a part in it.
Though?
Go ahead.
But Terry, if the people would listen to you, but I'm more so on that commercial side.
Right.
But the residential side, man, I buy residential, but it got to be enough where I got to be able to make at least 40, 50,000, or it's just not worth my time.
Oh, I know it. I know what you're saying.
The 10, 15, I'm not trying to do nothing like that.
Yeah, you're not trying to do a little 5,000 wholesale deal. You need, that's like me. I need 100%. I'm not a person that's going to give away for some nickels and dimes. I want wealth.
No.
I want wealth. I want some money that's going to change lives and do things with me and my family. So
I agree with you.
I ain't working for peanuts.
No, we shouldn't, and we don't have to.
No,
we don't have to.
Nope.
So I know. I see you over the years. I see you out there networking and doing some things.
Right.
But I said, man, Terry, you start looking at this commercial market. And then this is the other thing, Terry. Once you stay out here and learn,
yeah,
we get ready. I don't know if you realize this, but we get ready to the market get ready to correct itself. We get ready to have a hit.
Oh yeah, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen before we leave this earth. But here's the thing, Ron. When you own it free and clear, you ain't got no mortgage payment. You can avoid the recession. It may drop in price, but guess what? You ain't over leveraged. You ain't over debted. You sitting pretty good.
Exactly. But that's a skill set that they got to learn from experience. So a lot of people think, okay, see, this is what I look at. A lot of people think, okay, you got this building, you can go out and borrow. Yeah, I can go out and borrow against it, but now I'm over leveraging myself.
That's right. Risk.
What if I take, like that church? I take that church, pay $20,000 for it, and I put $100,000 into it. But the thing is making me $15,000, $20,000 a month.
That's right.
I just took $120,000 and made it into a $600,000-$700,000 asset.
Right. Exactly.
And now that's what is real. Once I get done, and business, Terry, running a business, I can have a building and rent it out for say $2,000 a month, or I can have a business in there that can make me $30,000 a month.
That's it.
It's all about how you flip it and creativity and do stuff. I'd much rather partner with someone that got their ambition. I call them PhDs, poor, hungry, and driven.
Yes, sir.
I'd much rather partner with someone like that don't have the resources but need the opportunity.
And there's a lot of good people out there like that. Yeah.
We can split these resources, and man, but I got a business model that they got to go through.
That's right.
I got to teach them how to run a business the correct way.
That's the McDonald's. They got to go to McDonald's University in order to learn how to flip the burger at McDonald's University.
Right. So, hey man, when the next time you come in town and you see what I'm doing and what's going on, I think if I show you some of the processes and things, because I don't mind helping, Terry. I really don't.
Yeah.
So the next time you're in town, you come in town, I'm going to show you some of the processes, the things, what I'm doing.
Oh man!
And if you can incorporate some of that stuff, I think you can really take it to the next level.
Well, Ryan,
because you out there.
I'm gonna come to you, man, or either you're gonna come here. We're gonna make a couple of videos, a few videos, because I am so excited, man. I tell you, I ain't even gonna be able to sleep tonight, Ryan. But I'm glad you reached out to me, man. This has been, it's always worthwhile to do what I do because I love it. It's just passion. Just like you, it's passion.
Exactly.
So we're going to get together. I'm going to keep your number, and I'm going to come just because you've blown up and done exactly what I think real estate can do for most people if they just use it. So, man, Ron, thank you, and I ain't going to hold you much longer.
Okay.
Man, hats off to you. Congratulations. A lot of hard work. Continued success, and we'll talk soon, buddy. Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
All right.
Take care. Bye.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye. Hey guys, I'm still talking about this 5-day seminar I attended at Jacksonville. Again, the guy that was teaching class had bought and sold over 2,000 houses. That's why I was there. He taught me that if I got really good at this foreclosure business, I would have enough business for the rest of my life. Not only that, but I would have enough business, again, for my daughter's lives. Wow, that was freaking impressive. And you know what? He was absolutely right, you guys. To this day, I have 20 years experience investing in foreclosure properties all over the United States. I've invested in California, Arizona, Nevada, Illinois, Florida, and New York. Here's what I'll tell you about what I've learned from my years of investing experience. that works and will continue to work even after the foreclosure moratorium is lifted. Matter of fact, again, this is going to work even better when the moratorium is lifted, okay? So I advise you guys to join me. Takeaway number 4 is called note buying. The paper, not the house. I'm the world's #1 foreclosure mentor. Buying second loans from banks. Can't even see it, so dark out here. Since 2001. Large deal I worked on was trying to buy 174 first loans from a bank in Oakland, California. Okay, the bank was owed $40 million. They were all non-performing, and I didn't have that type of money. So what I did was try to flip that portfolio, you guys, to a hedge fund. Okay, the hedge fund, I was going to flip it to them for $22 million. They were trying to buy these loans for 55 cents on the dollar. That's an average of $126,000 a piece. My commission would have been $220,000 for that finder's fee. And again, I learned this from that seminar. Wow, I can clearly hear the instructor saying, Terry, buy these loans from the bank so you can get in the back door of owning the real estate. This was another way of saying you don't need money, but if you have money, that helps. You don't need credit, a job, real estate license, or deal with realtors or get any loans from banks to acquire these notes on properties that were in foreclosure. But Terry, you do need the knowledge that I have. Terry, you can wholesale the note, wholesale the property, fix and flip it, rent it, or modify the loan so the homeowners can start making payments to you instead of Bank of America, Wells Fargo, or Chase Bank. Terry, you can be the bank and make big profits just like the banks do in real estate. I said, whoa, ho, ho, ho. Say what? I can be the bank from what you're teaching me here today at this 5-day seminar? I was blown away, you guys. I was blown away because I had no clue what he was talking about. I had never heard any other investor talk about buying notes. The instructor said, Terry, you don't have to deal with tenants, toilets, trash, Home Depot, Lowe's, contractors. What? What? I don't have to do any maintenance, painting, fixing toilets, and late night phone calls. Damn, I was really getting my money back that I paid for that training. But I have to admit to you, I had no clue what he was talking about when he said, buy the note, be the bank, get rich. He must have heard me because he said, Terry, if you want to be able to provide a great living for your family, let real estate pay for it. Homeowners make their mortgage payments to Bank of America. Bank of America makes their profit off the interest from the payments they receive. Okay, I get that. He said, Terry, buy the loan from Bank of America, and then the homeowner will have to make the payments to you instead of Bank of America. Wow, still couldn't believe it, but who am I not to believe this guy when he's bought over 2,000 houses, you guys. Terry, when the homeowners don't want their house, because of the 6 Ds, they can sign over the deed in lieu of foreclosure to you, Terry. That means you own the property, whatever you paid the bank the note for. So I shouted, hey, that's another way of getting the property subject to, right? He says, yes. Terry, now you're getting it. So I don't need money. If I have money, that's great. I don't need credit, a job, real estate license, deal with realtors, or get any loans from banks to acquire the properties that's in foreclosure. But what I did need was the knowledge that he had. Again, I could have wholesaled the note or the property, fix and flip the property, or rented it to make big profits in real estate, you guys. Takeaway number 4 is called note buying. Let's see if I can get it right. Buying the paper, not the house. Listen, you guys, get this, hear what I'm saying. You want to market and deal with banks who are having problems with the 6 Ds. Did you hear me? You want to market and deal with banks who are having problems with the 6 Ds. You want to market and deal with banks who are having problems with the 6 Ds. Oh my gosh, banks have problems with the 6 Ds too. The 6 Ds, again, death, debt, divorce, and distress. And when you deal with banks that have these type of problems with their homes, and when homeowners are not making payments to the bank will give you a discount on the note so you can make some dollars. Again, takeaway number 4 is buying the note to make a profit instead of the property, okay, instead of buying the house. It's called note buying. I bought notes all across the United States. I tried to buy 10 notes from a bank, you guys, with a value of $11 million for $135,000. The bank refused, but hey, it was fun going through the process. Let me tell you what I did do. I bought 6 notes for $33,800, and I got back over $185,000 in profits. I bought those notes for about 5 cents on the dollar. I made an average $30,000 per note, and that's a 547% return on my investment. Man, that seminar was well worth the investment on my part. So takeaway number 4, you guys, is buying the note to make a profit on the property, on the paper, instead of buying the house. It's called note buying. Let me tell you about my first note that I bought. Guys and girls, I had no clue what I was doing. I was just doing what the guru told me to do. My first note that I bought was a third mortgage. I bet I'm the only person in the United States that's bought a third mortgage note. Check this out. I bought that note for $1,200. Yes, you heard me, $1,200, $1,200. I look back on that and still say, why? It made no sense, but it did make financial sense. I told you guys, I didn't know what I was doing. Boy, I've come a long, long way. And I really want to thank that guru for showing me how to build wealth in real estate. Okay, back to the story. Hey, I had no clue what I was doing, you guys. I didn't do anything for a whole year on that note. I didn't know what to do. I forgot what the guru told me to do. Then one day, I get a call from the title company. They tell me the owners were selling the property, and I said, okay, so what does that mean? They said, you got to lien on the property. You're in third position, and the owners will have to pay you before they can sell their house. I'm like, oh my gosh, what? I'm going to get paid for something I didn't do anything with? They said, yes. I said, okay, what do I do next? They said, bring in a payoff statement. I said, what's that? That tells us how much you're supposed to be paid. I have no clue still what they were talking about. They told me to bring in my paperwork and they'll figure it out for me. My check, you guys, was $9,227. $9,227. Did you guys hear me? $9,227. I had no clue what I was doing. I invested $1,200 and 1 year later, I made $9,227 for doing nothing. I was ecstatic. Check out my return. All my investment was a whopping 768%. I still can't figure out how that happened, okay? But I probably put that $1,200 on my credit card. Again, takeaway number 4 is buying the note on the property instead of buying the house. It's called note buying, you guys. It's called, you don't need a job, credit, real estate license, deal with realtors or get any loans from banks on property that's in foreclosure. Again, you need the knowledge, okay? You could have wholesaled it, fixed it, flipped it, again, to make big profits. Again, it's called takeaway number 4, note buying. Buying the paper, not the house, okay? Get this, hear what I'm saying. You want to market to and deal with banks on this who are having problems with those 6Ds. Okay, did you hear me? You want to market and deal with banks who are having problems with the 6Ds. Banks are not getting their payments. Okay, you want to be able to buy the note from the bank. Banks have problems too. Okay, when people don't pay, death, debt, divorce, and distress. And when you deal with banks that have these type of problems on their homes, when homeowners are not making the payments, the bank will give you a discount on the note so you can make some dollars. Guys, you don't want to miss takeaway 5, takeaway number 6, takeaway number 7. I'm going to blow you away with the profits me and my students have been making buying these loans from banks at 30 to 40% below market value. My coach's student, Ron, made $1.2 million buying a commercial loan directly from a bank that was in foreclosure. $1.2 million on a 70,000 square foot building on 1 acre of land. He got the note from the bank for $110,000. He got the deed in lieu of foreclosure from the owner. Ron's return on investment, 1,090%. Oh my gosh. See why I don't want you guys to miss the next 3 takeaways? Okay, it's time for my dinner. I gotta go. I hope you guys are enjoying these takeaways before my big 3-day event. Have a great evening. Again, my name is Terry Bontemps. I'm wishing you success, health, wealth, happiness, and prosperity. Take care, you guys. Process, the same system that I have, I've already got the material created for you. I've already gone through the process. Everything you will need is already been developed for you, and I've been teaching it for the last 19 years. I'm going to coach you, mentor you, train you, and support you 100%. And then you get on the phone, hey Terry, this auction, what about this? Terry, could you look at my spreadsheets to make sure I'm not making any mistakes? You need me to help you not lose money. The value in that is incredible. I'm going to talk to you guys about my coaching program. I've already told you about the students that have made the type of money they've made. Some of you are going to need to find money for your deals. I already have the PowerPoint slides made for you to put on your projector, your computer, your webinar to present your note deals. That comes with my digital course. If you're given a live presentation where people are in the audience, I have a matching handout that matches the PowerPoint that you can give to your clients. Okay? I just went over the 7 exit strategies. I'll show you one page. That's what it looks like. As you're going through the presentation, just like I gave you guys, here's the presentation that your clients, your prospects can be looking at while you're giving the presentations with all the information filled in, except for the information for your deal. Told you guys about the KPIs. Oh, I love KPIs, the key performance indicators. Once you guys study this, you'll be able to match your deal side by side of the way me and my students are looking at analyzing our real estate deals, and you'll be able to look at your deal and say, yes, it's a go. No, I could lose. Or, and, hey Terry, I'm looking at this and this foreclosing or reinstating the loan, I don't know if that's the best thing for me to do. Terry, what would you recommend from your 19 years of teaching and your 40 years of experience and those 320 videos that you have on YouTube, and your student that made 1.2 million in 1 hour and your other student that made 400,000 in 9 months? She increased her net worth $1.5 million in 18 months. She bought 18 notes in 10 months and she increased her net worth $1.5 million, and she's making $2,100 a month on another one of her deals. Terry, what is your opinion, your expertise? And I would say your gray hairs, but you cut your gray hairs off. Invaluable, you guys. Invaluable. The marketing that you use to help homeowners in foreclosure keep their home. You can market to homeowners to help them keep their home. If you feel led and that's where you want to go, I've got all the marketing pieces. Bam, there's your sign. In foreclosure, we can help you keep your home. Let's just say underneath is we buy houses. Someone that cannot make their mortgage payments, if they've seen the we buy houses or we can help you keep your home, who do you think they're going to call? I believe they're going to call the we help you keep your home, because that's what they want to do. We try to figure out if it's possible. It may not be possible, but you're going to build a trust factor, and if they ever decide they do want to sell their home, maybe they'll sell it to you because they know you, they like you, and they trust you. Versus call the we buy houses people. They trust you because you've given them everything you can to help them, but it just doesn't work out. It doesn't pencil out financially. You're heart-centered. You want to help these people more than you want to make the profit. What is note buying? I go into complete details of what note buying is and how it works. There's a whole digital course on that. One of my clients, the military veteran, I paid $60,000 to help him keep his home out of my own money. $60,000 of my own money. $60,000 of my own money for him to keep his house. Had a conversation with him. We were on the phone. He says, Terry, you know, all of those investors, I kept all the letters and information they left on my doorstep. I kept all that in a shoebox. And I'm like, whoa, man. I says, hey, what are you going to do with it? I'd like to have it. He says, well, Terry, you can have it. I said, great. Can you imagine the marketing, the variance of ideas, the campaign that some of these expert real estate investors sent to this military veteran? He kept it all. Now, what I've done, I've taken it and put it into this manual for you guys. 150 foreclosure letters, direct mail pieces, postcards. That's yours in my course. How valuable is that? Everybody's trying to get to this homeowner with a way for that homeowner to get on the phone and call them. Woo, that is valuable. My bank foreclosure millionaire, okay, house flipping game. The instructions for how to learn how to buy and sell houses 11 different ways. In my bank foreclosure millionaire game, I'm gonna teach you wholesaling. I'm gonna teach you fix and flip like they do on HGTV. I'm gonna teach you how to be a landlord, how to make money as a landlord. We're gonna do notes. That's in there. How to borrow money. If you have no money, how to borrow the capital to fund your real estate deals. Private lenders, money partners. Again, I told you guys, find a money partner. Have the money partner put up all the money and you split the deals 50-50, just like in the Banker movie. The Irishman, okay? Put up the money for Anthony Mackie, Bernard Garrett, the character he plays, to go out, find deals. The Irishman put up all the money. They split the profits 50-50. This is an excellent way to do real estate if you have no money and no credit. But you gotta learn how to find the deals. You need the knowledge. You can also get houses subject to if you have no money. Subject to means, hey, I'll just give it to you. Again, I told you guys I have a client. I had a person. I was a door knocker. I knocked on the door and I said, hey, is John here? The lady said, John just passed away. John was the guy that loved all the real estate. I just want to spend time with my grandkids. I said, you know what? I'd like to have these 2 houses on one lot. Can I have them? Can I have the 2 houses that you're going to get at the bank? Why don't you give it to the bank of Terry Bontemps? I want them. Could you give them to me, please? She said, yes. She didn't ask me for no money. She was a seller that didn't want to have anything to do with tenants, toilets, trash, contractors, Home Depot, and Lowe's. All she wanted to do is spend time with her grandkids. She gave me the houses for free. She didn't ask any money. I've got those houses rented out right now. 2 houses on one lot. I get $2,100 a month from the house that she gave to me and asked no money. The houses were $8,000 behind. I borrowed the $8,000 from my dad. That was a no money down deal. I got a lot of experience of doing no money down deals. How you can do real estate without any money. Those 2 houses are worth $400,000 right now. That lady, when her husband passed away, she didn't care about the value of the house today. She just cared about her grandkids. She was emotionally tied to her grandkids. All she wanted to do was spend time with her grandkids. This property brings me in $2,100 a month now, and it's worth $400,000 because she gave it to me. There are people out there, you guys, that'll give you houses. You just got to ask for it. What do you want to do with your house? What do you want to do with your house? Do you want to keep it? Do you want to sell it? Do you want to give it away? If it's in foreclosure, maybe I can buy the note. That's how you're going to make money during COVID-19. Death, debt, distress, and divorce. Death, debt, distress, and divorce will get you a discount so that you can make some dollars. That's what I've been talking about all week for the 5 days. Talking about my digital course now. 40,000 profit in 1 hour. That's what we've been doing all week. How I made $40,000 on this one deal that we've been talking about. I sent you through the process. There's 2 manuals that go into details about this one deal. This is the case study. This is the analysis. This is the house that I kept the homeowner in the house because I wanted the $454.42 so that I can make $100,000 on the deal. I wanted that monthly payment for those 220 payments. I helped that homeowner keep their house. I also paid $60,000 for a military veteran so that he can keep his house. And it's part of the course that you guys get. Last but not least, the forms and the documents that I've used in my transactions across the United States, the documents and the forms that are necessary. What a course. But what's the most important thing, you guys? What is the most important thing? The most important thing is, hey Terry, I've got a question. Okay, let me teach you 2 times a week. I'm going to teach you and walk you through this step by step so that you understand it. I'm going to answer your questions 2 times a week, 8 times a month, 100 times in a year. I hope this will help your success. And if you do what you're supposed to do, if you work hard, if you're motivated, if you're dedicated, if you're ambitious, and if you work, you're going to have questions. I'm going to help you with those questions, those homeowners, those banks. The questions you can't answer, call me and I'll support you. That is the most important thing that you can have is my phone number. I will pick up the phone to help you. What does that cost? The cost is $1,495. $1,495. $1,495 for 1 whole year of 2 calls a week, 8 calls a month, 100 calls in a year, plus the digital course, plus my bank foreclosure Millionaire app, to where I teach you the strategies and the formulas. You go into the app and you practice. It helps you with your math. So when you go out into the real world, you are confident, your self-esteem is high, and you know how to make offers that will make you a profit. So I will coach you, teach you, train you, support you, and then give you a business simulator to work all this in so that you have a higher chance of success. Now, I'm only looking for 10 people. I've already got 1 person enrolled. I need 9 more people, and here's what happens once I get the 9. Once I'm finished with the 9 people, it's done, it's over. That $1,495 will not come back for one-on-one training. You will not be able to get it any longer for $1,495 to me to train you one-on-one. That program will be $4,495. $4,495 for a 1-year program, 2 calls a week, 8 calls a month, 100 calls a year. Why? I just don't have the time to work with everybody on a one-on-one basis. I can't work with everybody. So I'm going to move the price up 4 times. I'm going to 4X my enrollment. You can get $1,495, but it's going to be in a group session. That's where you have many to one. Group is many to one. It's still an incredible value because I deliver content. I deliver. I have high expectations. I raise my level. Always. I'm constantly exceeding, adding more and more and more and more to this program so it can be the best ever educational training program. Teaching financial education, teaching financial literacy to girls, boys, men, women. So again, $1,495 for the first 9 people. After that, you can still have $1,495, but it's for group, many to one, on a phone call, just like I'm doing right now, on a live stream where everybody can watch and attend, okay? And I'll take questions. But it's much better to do $1,495. Hey, Terry, will you talk to me personally one-on-one? Again, after I get my 9 people, it goes to $4,495. You can still call me one-on-one for $44.95.
That's your lesson. Now, I've helped people keep their homes from doing that. I'm gonna read you guys some testimonials because probably some of you, again, you're judging me. You know, and you have to, go with your gut feeling. But again, I don't have to. This business is for me. It's really simple. If you help enough other people get what they want, I'll get what I want. Okay? I ain't trying to play no games. I ain't doing no bait and switch. Hey, let me read this to you. I got 6 of them. The one that really blows you away is from a guy in Las Vegas. His name is Earl. Earl is a military veteran. He went through a divorce. Boom. What did he go through, you guys? Kayla, who you gonna be looking for? People going through divorce. What are you gonna ask them, Kayla? Do you have any real estate? What do you want to do with it? Terry, ain't nobody ever broke it down like you, man. Why come don't be trying to put me in don't try to make me a square peg. I'm just keeping it real. I think you guys know who's real. I'm just keeping it real. The person, Miss Earl, was going through a divorce. The courts awarded his wife the house. She didn't make the payments. Don't hate on me. I told you guys, I tried to give you a warning. Don't hate on me. It could have been the wife the husband got the house, the husband didn't make the payments, and then the wife get the house back. Don't hate on me. Don't go sour on me. Just try to understand what I'm trying to teach you so you can build some wealth. It goes all ways. I don't discriminate. I'm an equal opportunity wealth builder. I don't care if it's a man, a woman. I don't care. I just want to try to help them. I don't deal with all women only. I don't deal with all men only. I'm an equal opportunity wealth builder. Okay, so yeah, with Harrison. And so the wife didn't make the payments. So he's in debt. He ain't got the money to make the back payments. I bought his loan. I sent him a letter. Hey, let me introduce you to Terry Bontemps, the bank. He read the letter and called me. He says, hey, look, this is what happened. He says, man, I don't know what's going to happen. So I found out I put $42,000 of my own money into Earl's house to fix it up, make it look really nice, so he can stay in it. So if he make the payments, he can stay in it. When he was in the bottom of his house, after I did all the repair work, I did it physically. I flew to Vegas, painted his house, put $42,000 in making some back payments and painting his house so it looked really nice. He says, man, my house hadn't looked like this since I bought it. He was proud. I love that moment. But Earl did not make his payments to me, so we had to sell the house. We sold the house. Guess what? He had a VA loan that he bought it with. When we sold the house, then he's now eligible to buy another house with his VA. So it did turn out good. Even though he couldn't make the payments, we sold it. Boom, we're fine. Okay? That was part of the negotiation. You got to make your payments, brother. All right, so here's, can't remember her name. Dina's, can't remember her name, where she's from. Okay, it says, thank you for being kind during this most difficult time in my life. It was a relief. Woo, boy. It was a relief to receive a phone call from a person that took the time to listen, and furthermore, to even extend empathy to my children and me. You working with me has made a world of difference. Thank you for all that you've done. She was telling you guys, you may not hear it and understand it, but I helped her keep her home. Okay. And I do believe she was a single female, single mom. Okay. I think she had went through a divorce. Boom. There the word again is divorce. Let me tell you all, in case you don't know right now, I love working with people going through divorce. Okay. Because I can understand the situation. If someone says they're going through a divorce and I have real estate, Okay, how can I help you? A lot of people, you know, they don't want to get in the middle, which I understand because you don't have the experience. But I have a lot of experience at doing this. Okay, I got 40 years, work with people over 6 states. Okay, let's go to the next one. Okay, let me see if this one. Oh, wow, you guys gonna lock this one like this one? Okay, this is Lynette. She was a single mom also. Hi, Terry. I just wanted to send you a letter to say thank you for everything that you've done for us. When you came into our life, I was at rock bottom. Ooh-wee, come on now, you guys. You got to hear that testimonial. See, I can take these testimonial letters that I'm reading right now. Kayla, if you got a client that's kind of unsure, what do you think they would do if they read this, if they had this testimonial letter in their hands and I've talked to them on the phone? That's my support system, Kayla, where I support you. Not only have you purchased my program, I didn't leave you. I didn't leave you high and dry to figure it out on your own. I'm there to help you and support you so that you can get that check, and then you learn firsthand by listening to me how I do what I do. Ooh, but a program, 2 hours a week, 8 hours a month, 100 calls a year. Kayla, I think you'd want to be on the phone with me as much as you could with the stuff I got. Right? All right. So when you came into our life, I was at rock bottom. I didn't want to face the fact that we were close to losing the house. I did not want to face the fact that we were close to losing the house. I had to file bankruptcy after my divorce. After my divorce. Ladies out there, women that are on this line, divorce is hard. Okay? I can't imagine what you're going through, okay? And when you're going through that moment, sometimes this house is the least of your concerns because emotionally, you're trying to get yourself together. Guys, I had a student that just signed up with me. He's a football player, former football player, and he's distraught, okay? But I'm a professional. I'm going to help them emotionally. I'm going to have empathy. And I'm going to try to find a way for them to get the most of this house that they have. I like that. Who else is going to do it? I don't know nobody else that can sit in the middle and be honest, fair, not try to beat anybody, try to help. I think I'm the best person for the job. I don't know of any other too many people that are qualified. So I need to get my word out, my name out, Kayla, to where you're at, so we can do the same thing. I had to file bankruptcy after my divorce because I was in financial ruin. She had this. She had to file bankruptcy, and she had financial ruin. Do you think the bankruptcy court would have allowed her to keep her house with no money and having no finances? So when I bought her loan from the bank and said, hey, look, I'm going to try to work out some payments so you can keep your home. When you came to my door that night, I was unsure of what your intentions were. After we talked, I knew you were for real and that you were here to help me, not hurt me. You hear what she said? I was there to help her, not hurt her. You gave me more than one option to look at to help me out of a bad situation. Does that sound like I take advantage of people? Am I that con, that crook that people want to tell me I am? I take advantage of people having, difficulties in their lives? Come on, leave me alone. Leave me alone. I ain't playing with you. I'm serious, okay? So when I talk to people during COVID about Houston, all right, I got another student in Houston also, okay? So when I talk to people about what I do, I'm coming from the heart, okay? And I hope they hear that and it resonates. So Kayla, guess what? When you start working with people in Houston and they talk to me on the phone and they hear my professionalism and they hear or see these testimonials and I try to work out solutions to help them, hopefully, Kayla, someone says, yes, I like Kayla and I like Terry. I would sell my house to you I would sell my house to you instead of selling it with a realtor and paying them 6% to sell my house. I don't want to clean up all the mess, all the leftovers from this messy divorce. I don't want to touch his stuff. I don't want to touch her stuff. If I do anything with their stuff, I'm going to burn it. You know, that's how people sometimes think. I'll say, you know what? Let me take care of it. Don't burn it. Don't you know, go on. Go on. Go on. Okay. Again, Terry, I just want to thank you for helping my kids. I just want to thank you for helping my kids and I keep our home. I just want to thank you for helping my kids and I keep our home. Thanks for the other help too. Thanks for the other help too. Thanks for the other help too. You know what that other help was? I gave her $5,000 so she can get stuff together. So she wanted to go move with her mom. I gave her $5,000. I got it back when the house was sold, of course. Okay, I didn't just give it to her as a gift. Terry can't do that. He ain't got that type of money. But I gave her $5,000 so she can get a moving van. She can get some movers. Okay, she can get situated, squared up, get some groceries. Woo, that's making a person whole. Come on now, that's what I like doing, making them whole. All right, here's the one with Earl Harrison. It's going to be long. I'm going to try to cut through it. It starts off by calling it a true miracle. I have only one way to describe the help that of Terry Bontemps Enterprises has done for me, and the word is miraculous. I was at my wit's end of having any idea of what I was going to do about my home. I hadn't been in my home for nearly 3 years, when through some legal circumstances, I was court ordered to return to my home and try to save it from foreclosure. You see, my ex-wife had been living in the home and my divorce was not done properly through our court system here in Las Vegas. That happens a lot, you guys. You know, one side is bitter. One side is angry. The other side is bitter. The other side is angry. And, you know, it's a tough situation. So I understand their pain. Okay, I understand the pain on both sides. I'm neutral. I don't discriminate men. I don't discriminate women. Okay, but that is an entirely a different subject. Upon my arrival in the home, I had no idea what I was going to do. I filed Chapter 13 bankruptcy. I filed Chapter 13 bankruptcy. Okay, it was dismissed and the house was again in default. It was in foreclosure again. He tried to file bankruptcy to stop the foreclosure sale. Didn't work. There had been a number of these sharks, and that is a term I have for sharks, knocking at my door with proposals and so-called strategies on selling my home to them for practically pennies. I know what that's about too, because I did that, but I didn't do it to Earl. What he's saying is this: his house was worth $1. The sharks were people that wanted to come in and buy it for 70 cents on the dollar, for 60 cents, 55 cents on the dollar. And he's like, no, this house has too much value. I'm not going to give it to you for that low price. I teach you how to do that because sometimes people will take that low price. Sometimes people won't, more times than not. Okay? Talking about the sharks, knocking at his door with proposals to sell his home for pennies on the dollar. I happened to open a letter addressed to my ex-wife and myself, and it was from Terry. I do not know to this day what made me call him, but it turned out to be one of the best calls I've ever made. Terry had a way of making me feel relaxed about my situation. He really has a way of communicating and letting you know that you are still in control of your destiny. There we go. Okay. I explained how the home was returned to me through the courts and that I above all wanted to preserve my VA loan. You see, if you default on your VA loan, you're not eligible for a home loan again. Well, I had thought about selling the home, but truly had no desire to leave my home. This home I had seen being built from the ground up, and I had some good memories there. So this was a motivated seller, but he didn't want to sell his house. Okay. He didn't want to sell his house. He wanted to keep his house. I have a program for helping homeowners keep their home also. So I had a program for him. I want to make him happy and do what he wants. Well, Terry came through for me, and it was unbelievable what he had
done for me. You know, in a time like mine, it was good to know that there are really some genuine people out there. And of course, others could not believe that a complete stranger to me could be so kind. But all my trust went into working with Terry, and I'm now as happy as a lark. I am in my home, back on track, and I have Terry Bontemps to thank for all this happiness. I can go on with all the other details, but this testimony will turn out to be a novel. If you find yourself in a similar situation or remotely close to my situation, do not hesitate to put your trust into Terry, because I can guarantee the results will please you. Woo, is that powerful? Woo, Kayla, give that to someone that's going through the same situation. Wow. All right. Here's one. I bought the note on a pastor's house. Oh, I was like, what do you do? He says, I'm a pastor. And I'm like, oh, man, you know I got to be nice to you. Super nice to you. Okay, let's see if we can work this out. Here's the note they wrote me. Thank you for such kindness and compassion you have constantly shown to my husband and our family as we work through some of our credit issues. Here are the checks we discussed per our conversation. We will continue in the future to maintain a timely payment schedule. We will keep you posted in regard to preparing the home for sale. Just a few words to express our sincere gratitude for your kindness. May God bless you. May God bless you. May God bless you, Terry Bontemps, for the kindness you've extended toward us. Whew. Man, wow. I feel good about that. I haven't read these in a long time. I feel good about that. That means I'm doing a good business. Okay, I'm doing a good business. Win, 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 win for everybody. No losses, no taking advantage of. Woo. All right, this one here. This is probably my most touching one. I probably told you the story before. I'm just going to repeat it again. I bought a loan from the bank. It was a daughter and a mom that lived together. The daughter took care of the mom. I think they both worked. The daughter had been really sick is the reason why she missed her payments. I bought the loan. We had a conversation. She said, Terry, I've been really sick. I couldn't make the payments. I said, well, you owe me, let's say, $10,000. She said, I ain't got the money, Terry. I said, do you have anything? 5,000, 2,000, 1,000. No, Terry, I ain't got nothing. I said, all right, tell me this. Just go ahead and make your $454.42 next month payment to me. Can you do that? Okay. Remember, I bought the loan from the bank. I said, hey, just make your $454.42 a month payment to me. Can you do that? She goes, yeah, I can do that. I'd be happy to do that. I'll keep my home. Yeah, you keep your home. So when she started making her payments, you guys, I made a 54% return on my investment. Why would I not do that? She sends a check. Oh, Kayla, come on now. I see you. You restored their hope and faith. Man, Kayla, you're absolutely right. See, I understand because I went through that process. Kayla, I wish I would have known you and you knew what I'm going to teach you. You could have helped me get through this. I'm like a friend. This person right here treated me like a family member. Okay? That's a good business. That's a good business. People don't know houses. Okay? They weren't taught. They didn't go to school. They didn't spend a whole bunch of money like I did to know what I know. They just know they bought this house to live in. They thought it was going to be a great investment. They thought they was going to raise their family, live a happy life, and life was good. Then COVID hit. Cause issues. This lady here again passed away. And the mom called me and says, hey, Terry, what do we need to do? I said, we need to sell the house. You take the money, you move on. I'm good. I made enough money. I made my 54%. I'm happy. Okay. I could have made more. I could have said, hey, you have to give me the money from the sale of the house, which I was entitled to, but I didn't do that. I wanted to give the mom a lifeline. I didn't want to take away her spirit. Okay. At her older age, I wanted her to be able to move on. See, life's going to be tough anyway because she lost her daughter. Man. And if anybody's ever lost a family member, and I know most of us have, I have, it's hard. It's hard. You ain't worried about this. You ain't worried about this emotion. Your heart is heavy.
okay? I want to be the person to take this burden off them or help them get back in it. So here's her letter. To whom it may concern, I am forever grateful for Terry Bontemps and helping me and my family keep our home. He allowed us to start over in making up our back payments on our loan. We were in a major financial bind a couple years back, which resulted in us missing our mortgage payments. Terry listened and understood where I was coming from. He was willing to help by allowing us to modify our loan. I would highly recommend Terry Bontemps and his associate service to anyone that may be having financial difficulties and or facing the foreclosure process. Thank you. And the story on this is, the mom called me after the daughter passed and said, Terry, my daughter admired you so much and personally wanted to thank you for helping us keep our home. I want to invite you to the funeral. I want to invite you to the funeral. What do you say? I said, I'm sorry, I can't make it, but thank you. It feels good. I go to bed at night feeling good that she was happy, okay, ready to move on with her life, take care of the arrangements of her daughter, and move on. Because your kids ain't supposed to go before you, and she had to deal with that. So, wow. All right, one more. I didn't mean to, this ain't meant to depress. This is just real talk. I could have fluffed it up. I could have sold it in some package and, made a good story out of it. This is real. This is exactly what happened. You talk to me 10 years down the road, I'll tell you exactly what happened on these deals. Chris and I just wanted to send you a quick note. Matter of fact, here it is. Boom. This is the testimonial letter from the person that I bought this loan from. Okay? Chris and I just want to send you a quick note to let you know how much we appreciate all you've done regarding our mortgage. It's not often that you meet with a creditor. It's not often that you meet with a creditor. It's not often that you meet with a creditor and actually feel good afterwards. We are certainly not happy about the situation that we have let ourselves fall into financially, but with your help and understanding, we're on the road to recovery. We're on the road to recovery. On the road to recovery. On the road to recovery. Boy, that sure feels nice when you're recovering. How many of you have been on the road to recovery, and once you got to where you're going, you started feeling good? You can dance now, right? Woo! The past is behind me. It was hard, but boy, it's day by day trying to get it going, and then, boy, woo, I can breathe. And all of a sudden, guess what happened? COVID sets in. God dog it. If it ain't one thing, it's another. That's a song. I think it's a song. If it ain't one thing or another, but that's the saying. If it ain't one thing, it's another. Oh. From day one, you were friendly, personable. Okay, let's see. But what you're up to, we're on the road to recovery. Okay, from day one, you were friendly. From day one, you were friendly. Look at my smile. Why would you not smile and be happy and friendly when you know how to make 54% on your money? You should have the biggest smile in the world. You're making money and helping people. There ain't nothing better than that. All right, let me get going because it's going on an hour. All right. From day one, you're friendly, personable, definitely understanding. And you wanted to help us. You presented us with several possibilities to help us resolve the issue and put us into contact with the right person and the right product. For this, we are grateful. Finally, after several weeks of negotiating with the mortgage company, we closed on our refinance loan. They closed on the refinance loan, you guys. They closed on the refinance loan. They refinanced the loan. They refinanced the loan that I had bought, and voila. Oh, do you guys know how much? $35,000 is what I made from a $10,000 investment. I didn't touch the house. I didn't paint. I didn't fix toilets. I didn't deal with no trash, no tenants. I didn't pay no escrow fees. I didn't pay no real estate agent fees. I didn't go to Home Depot. I didn't do none of that. Title company wired me the money. Once again, thank you so very much for your patience, and we look forward to working with you. Wow. 6 testimonial letters from homeowners that I've worked with that owned this ATM machine. Now I call it an ATM machine because I keep wanting you guys to understand there's profits, there's money in these houses that these realtors are telling you that you can't live in. Now you could have lived in this house. If you can make the mortgage payments, you can live in it. A person doesn't want their house, they'll give it to you. You can live in it. You can wholesale it. Flip it for 5, 10,000, 15,000, 20,000, pay pence. The same house. You can do like they do on HGTV. Fix it up, put a new roof on it, do some landscaping, put some new windows in, paint it, sell it, make some money. And you don't need, to have good credit and money to do this. You can turn this into Airbnb. It looks like a nice Airbnb here, Airbnb has been having a lot of problems. So I don't know about Airbnb, but in everything there's problems. So we're gonna try to work it out. Thank you, Kayla. Guys, hey, my name is Terry Bontemps. My last name means good times. I'm a real estate investor. I'm a millionaire mentor. I'm a generational wealth builder. I'm the #1 note buying expert in the country. I'm the #1 note buying expert in the country. I'm an industry leading expert and authority at buying foreclosure properties directly from banks. So what does that mean? You have Bank of America, you have Chase, you have Wells Fargo, and then you have Terry Bontemps. These banks, they sell their loans, and I started buying these loans back in 2001. So people make their mortgage payments to Bank of America and Wells Fargo, but they also make them to Terry Bontemps. See, I've been doing this all over the United States, you guys. I've done this in California, Nevada, Arizona, Illinois, Florida, and New York. Again, people make their mortgage payments to me. That's what I do. I'm a banker. I'm a real estate investor. I tried to buy 174 loans from a bank in San Francisco, California, valued at $40 million. Now, you know I ain't got that kind of money, right? My pockets ain't that deep. But what I try to do is flip it to a hedge fund. Hedge funds like buying in bulk, okay? So the hedge fund tried to buy it for $22 million. The bank didn't want to sell them at that discount. That was like 65 cents on the dollar. I learned a lot from that, and that's helped me be the guy that I am today, okay? My check would have been $220,000 for putting those two together, you guys, as a middle person, okay? What do? Well, I teach. I'm a coach, a trainer. I teach people just like you how to make money investing in real estate, how to build wealth, how to get rich, and even become millionaires. All right, I know you guys are messing with me now. Terry, what are you talking about? You all love. What are you talking about? Millionaires, you make millionaires. Yes, I do. I've got millionaires as students from my training. I have a student that made $1.2 million in 1 hour from what I taught him about buying these loans from banks. He bought a commercial loan from a bank, made $1.2 million in 1 hour. I have another student, she made $400,000 in 9 months. She also has another property where she makes $2,100 a month, each and every month, again, buying these loans. So check this out, you guys. Check this out. In 10 months, she bought 18 of these loans, okay, from banks. And she increased her net worth $1.5 million, right? I taught her how to do that, okay? My students are making the most money in the United States per deal, bar none. My students are making the most money per deal in the United States on a residential house, bar none. Have you ever heard of anybody making $1.2 million in 1 hour on one house? All right, since we talked about that millionaire status, I know you guys wasn't ready for me, but what I want you to do from here on out, I want you guys to get up and I want you to put $1 million in your calculator.
I want you to put $1 million in your calculator because we're talking about that today, okay? I'm talking about generational wealth and getting you to have $1 million, okay? What's this $1 million for, Terry? Well, this may be how much your house is worth, even more. This may be $1 million that you have in your bank account. This may be $1 million that you have in net worth. This may be $1 million that you're gonna leave each one of your kids, okay, and your grandkids, okay, for their inheritance. A good man leaves an inheritance to his children. I'm talking about leaving some inheritance here. Why? Because we're talking about investing in real estate. Your next big check may be $1 million, just like one of my students, you guys. So what are we working on today, you guys? What are we working on? How? Today's takeaway is how I built and how you can build $1 million of generational wealth in real estate, okay, without qualifying for loans and borrowing money from the banks. That's my one takeaway for today. I wrote it right here so you guys can see it. Takeaway for today is how you can build $1 million of real estate, of generational wealth in real estate, without qualifying for loans and borrowing money from banks. That's just one house. That's just one house. This ain't no TED Talk, you guys. This ain't no Toastmasters. This isn't conjecture. This is what I've been doing for the last 21 years. This is what I've been doing for the last 21 years all over the United States, you guys. Follow me, ladies and gentlemen. Follow me. The rich don't work for money. They have money work for them. You guys have heard this before. The rich don't work for money. They have money work for them. Here's the problem. You guys have heard it, but you probably have not had anyone show you how it's done, how that is done, how the rich don't have to work for money. I'm going to show you that right here, right now, today. I'm going to show you exactly how that's done, ladies and gentlemen. In order for you to have and build wealth, you guys got to know how wealth is built. In order to have and build wealth, you need to know how wealth is built. See, in some of our neighborhoods, we haven't seen people with real wealth. We haven't seen people that own apartment complexes, strip malls, motels, hotels, businesses with wealth. So if you don't know how it's done, it's hard for you to do it. I'm gonna show you today how you can do it with real estate, you guys. Pay attention close. 90% of this country's millionaires, 90% of this country's millionaires created their wealth in real estate. 90% of this country's millionaires create their wealth in real estate. Look, 90% of people create their wealth in real estate. I wondered why not more people are in real estate. That's almost a for sure guarantee that if you get into real estate, you're going to be a winner. That's damn near 100%. So I'm asking you guys, why you're not in real estate? Well, I'm going to give you a reason to get involved in real estate, okay? And I'm going to tell you why you should do it. So again, the predominant way wealth is made in this country is by owning real estate. The predominant way wealth is made in this country is by owning real estate. See, I was lucky. When I was a teenager, I had a rich uncle. I didn't know he was rich at the time. I had a rich uncle. I had a conversation with him. I said, hey, what do you do for a job? He says, I don't have a job. I'm a real estate investor. I own a duplex. The tenant lives on one side. I live on the other side. I don't need a job. I own real estate. I went, what? As a teenager, I was going, what? See, my uncles, nieces, nephews, mother, father, grandfather, friends, and their friends, what did they do? They had jobs. They may not have known how to build wealth, so they had jobs. Nothing wrong with a job. I go, what? You don't have a job? What are you again? He says, I'm a real estate investor. I go, what? Now, how does that work again? He says, listen, son, pay attention, damn it. I want you to save your money, buy a house, and pay it off. I said, okay, I'm a teenager. He said, look, son, here's what happens. I own this duplex. I live on this side. Tenant lives on the other side. The tenant pays all of my expenses. They pay my mortgage. They pay my bills. They pay my car. They pay my food. And they put money in my account. I'm like, what? So you're a real estate investor, and because you own these things right here, you don't have to have a job. See, I got a chance to see wealth from my uncle, because he always had houses. We always went to his houses. Again, you guys, you got to know how this wealth is built. I was lucky at a young age to learn how to build wealth. He said, son, look, I want you to pay attention. Pay attention. Save your money, buy a house, and pay it off. Don't blow your money. Save your money, buy a house,
and pay it off. Best advice I've ever had. Why? Because I'm debt free right now. I don't owe nobody no money. I don't owe nobody no money. So let's talk about how you're going to make that million. I'm going to tell you about a house that I have. Been having it since 1999. I knock on the door and I said, hey, is John here? Lady says, John just passed away. I'm looking for real estate. I'm farming my system. I'm a real estate investor. I said, well, you got 2 houses. There's 2 houses on one lot. What are you going to do with them? She said, I'm going to give them back to the bank. See, I realized John was like me when I was young. I worked hard. I stayed real estate sun up to sundown because I wanted to take care of my family financially. I may have not stayed home enough, but I'm glad I did that because we're now in a better financial situation. So John did all the work. She said, all I want to do is spend time with my grandkids. See, I could understand. That real estate meant nothing. Money didn't even mean nothing to her. She wanted to spend quality time with her grandkids because she had just lost her husband. When death happens, sometimes it gives us a new perspective on life. She said, to heck with the real estate. All I want to do is love on my kids, okay? So let's talk about these 2 houses on one lot. Let me show you guys what happened here. I bought that property, 2 houses on one lot in 1999 for $64,000, okay? $64,000, what was owed on it? The monthly cash flow when I rented it out, I made $640 a month in 1999. Today, it's 2021. It's worth $600,000. I'm getting $2,100 a month. I have no debt on that property. I own it free and clear. So let's look at that, okay? Average rent for 22 years. Right now, I figured from $640 to $2,100. The middle is $1,370. So I took $1,370 a month. I multiplied it by 12 months. That's giving me $16,440 a year. I multiply that by 22 years. Look at that, you guys. I made $361,680 of rental income. Rental income. That lady gave me the house. She didn't ask for no money from me at all. She just gave it to me. Now, the property was $8,000 behind. I borrowed the $8,000 from my dad. I didn't have to get a loan from a bank because it was fully assumable. If I would have talked to a realtor would have said, hey, you don't qualify. Because I had credit challenges, you guys. I was in the struggle. I had 2 foreclosures and bad credit. So you guys are saying, Terry, show me the money. Show me the money, Terry. Look, $16,441 times 22 years. We said that's $361,000. The property is worth $600,000 a day. $600,000 that she gave me. There it is, you guys, almost $1 million. It's $961,680. I did that with no money, credit, job, a real estate license. I didn't have to deal with realtors. I didn't have to deal with banks. So I have $961,000 till today. I'm never selling this property. I'm giving it to my daughters. I have it in an irrevocable living trust. My daughters are going to get this property. They got other properties they're getting. My daughters are going to get the cash flow. My daughters will be millionaires, you guys, from one house, one roof, and one door that somebody gave me for free. I've been given at least 10 free houses in real estate, you guys. I did this with no credit, no job, no realtors, no banks. What would you guys do with your life if you didn't have to go to work at a job because you own real estate? You don't need money. You don't need credit, but what you do need is the knowledge like I have. And that's what I do. I teach people how to do what I do. Look at this, you guys. If you didn't have to go to work, where would you put your time? Where would you put your time if you didn't have to go to work? Would you volunteer at your church? Help your schools out, your kids out at school? Okay? Would you help family members? Would you buy some things to help them out? Again, that's what real estate does. 90% of this country's millionaires create their wealth in real estate. I love real estate. I'm offering you guys a free 30-minute discovery call. Free 30-minute discovery call. 916-470-3869. 916-470-3869. If you think you need a coach, a mentor, a trainer, someone like me that's shown people how to make a lot of money, a 916-470-3869. Let's go ahead and wrap this up. This is that house. That house appreciated $24,363 a year. I couldn't have saved that amount of money, you guys. I saved, but I couldn't save $24,000 a year. Over
22 years, it's $500,000 that property's went up. Okay, I bought it for $64,000. It increased $536,000. That's an 837% ROI in California. 837%. I know you guys saying, well, that's why you guys' property is so high. Guess what? I'm glad I'm riding the wave up so that I can get some appreciation and build some wealth. That property is generating 38% a year for me, and it was given to me for free, you guys. I can teach you how to do it. 916-470-3869. Text Mentor. My name is Terry Bontemps. I got to run because my time is up. I'm wishing you success, health, wealth, happiness, and prosperity. Have a great life, you guys. Give me a call. Give me a call. See ya. Hey guys, Terry Bontemps. Again, I was telling you guys about this 5-day seminar I went to in Jacksonville, Florida. Again, the guy that was teaching the class, he had bought and sold over 2,000 houses, you guys. That's why I was there. He taught me that if I got really good at this foreclosure business, which I have, I would have enough business to last me the rest of my life. Not only that, but I would have enough business for my daughters' lives also. Wow. You know, that was pretty freaking impressive. And you know what? He was absolutely right, you guys. Okay? To this day, I have 20 years experience investing in foreclosure properties all over the United States. I've been investing in California, Nevada, Illinois, Florida, and New York. And here's what I have to tell you about what I've learned from my years of investing experience that works and will continue to work even after the foreclosure moratorium is lifted. Matter of fact, again, it's going to work better when the foreclosure moratorium is lifted. So takeaway number 5. When you own the note, you take over the bank's position. You don't own the property. There's no repairs. There's no maintenance. There's no tenants, toilets, trash, Home Depot, Lowe's, paying closing costs, real estate commissions. The bank doesn't get sued if someone falls on the property. There's no liability for the bank. Banks don't own your home. They control it. Takeaway number 5, again, is called note buying. You're buying the paper, not the house. When you buy the note from the bank, it allows you to help these homeowners keep their homes instead of losing to foreclosure. When you give these homeowners an opportunity to keep their home and keep their families together, you're doing a great public service and making a great profit at the same time. I'm going to show you the basic framework for how to do this. You're modifying the homeowner's loan so that they will have a lower payment. That's how you help them keep from losing their house to foreclosure. They keep their home instead of losing to the bank. Again, my name is Terry Bontemps. I'm the world's #1 bank foreclosure mentor in the United States. My niche or specialty is buying second loans from banks. And I've been doing this since 2001, you guys. The largest deal I've ever worked on was trying to buy 174 first loans from a bank in Oakland, California. The nerves. The bank was owed $40 million. They were all non-performing. Okay, I don't have that type of money, you guys. So what I did, I tried to flip the portfolio of loans to a hedge fund, and the hedge fund offered the bank $22 million. The hedge fund was trying to buy that package for 55 cents on the dollar at an average price of $126,000 each. My profit would have been $220,000, but the deal didn't go through. But I'll tell you what I learned from it, from going to that seminar in Florida, okay? Wow. Again, takeaway is called note buying. Buying the house, buying the paper. When you buy the note from the bank, it allows you to help the homeowners face foreclosure keep their homes, okay? Let me tell you about this note that I bought from the bank. It was a second loan, okay? It was a second loan that was owed $40,000, okay? I bought that note for $10,000. That's 25 cents on the dollar to control and possibly own the real estate. I want to keep this real simple for you guys. My primary exit strategy when I buy these notes is that I want to help the homeowners. I want the homeowners to make their payments. I want to earn a double-digit interest rate return on my investment, okay? Again, my investment was $10,000, okay? I want a double-digit return on my $10,000. That's how I look at the note business. Here's the numbers. $40,000 was owed to the bank. Notice the square around the next 4 sets of numbers. $10,000 is what I bought the note for. $454.42 is the monthly payment. My ROI is 54%. That $454 a month in relation to the $10,000 produces a 54% return on my $10,000. Taking me 22 months to get my investment back. This is a great deal for me, you guys, to have in my portfolio. Again, that's if the owner makes the payments to you. So how do you calculate that 54%? You take the profit, okay, and you divide it by your investment. That's how I got the 54% return. I not only got a good return, but the homeowner was able to keep their home and the bank got from under the deal. That's a win-win for all parties involved. Again, takeaway number 5 is called note buying, you guys. Again, when you buy the note from the bank, it allows you to help the homeowner facing foreclosure keep their homes. And when you buy the notes, there's 7 different exit strategies, ways that you can get paid. I only did one with you, okay? I don't have enough time to explain it, but I will during my 3-day event, okay? During the 3-day event. Takeaway number 5, again, guys, is called note buying. Buying the paper, not the house. Listen close, you guys. Get this, hear what I'm saying. You want to market your deals, the deals, to banks who are having problems with the 6Ds. Remember, did you hear me? The 6Ds. You want to market to your deal with banks who are having problems with the 6Ds. You want to market to banks who are having problems with death, divorce, distress, and debt. And when you deal with banks that have these type of problems, you guys, okay, they'll sell these notes at a discount. When homeowners are not making payments to the bank, they will give you a discount, okay, on the note so that you can make some extra dollars, you guys. You don't need any money. If you have money, that's great. You don't need credit. You don't need a job. You heard me say that enough. You don't have a real estate license, deal with realtors, or get any loans from banks to acquire the property. That's in foreclosure. But what you do need, and I have, is the knowledge. I'm going to teach it to you, okay? The note can be flipped. The property can be flipped, okay? It can be rented. You could wholesale it. My name is Terry Bontemps, you guys, okay? I'm wishing you success, health, wealth, happiness, and prosperity. And when you're able to go in and you can get a loan, buy the note from the bank, and then get the property from the homeowner, oh my gosh, you guys are going to make some big dollars here, you guys. There's going to be some big money that can happen. So again, homeowners are not making the payments. Banks are not getting the payments, okay? We come in as a solution. We come in and we try to solve the problem. We try to help the homeowner. Okay, we try to help the bank, and what do we get for doing that? Nice check, you guys. Again, a nice check. I've been doing this since 2001, okay? I've been doing this since 2001. I've done it in California, Arizona, Nevada, Illinois, Florida, and New York since 2001, and that's what I'm going to be showing you in my 3-day event. So again, I know I had signed out. I wish you happiness, success, wealth, health, and prosperity, but I couldn't stop, you guys. I'm so excited about this business, and buying notes has been something that's been very profitable for me, and I'm pretty sure somewhere down the line, once you learn the business, okay, it will be very profitable for you, okay? I'm a foreclosure expert. I'm a note buying expert. This is my niche. This is my expertise. All right, Sil, I got my ear.
All right.
I got my drink. I'm ready to push it again.
Go for it.
Let me tell you what gets me excited, you guys. Second notes. I started out in 2001 buying second notes. I didn't know any better. People told me I was crazy, but I kept making money. And I was like, well, you know, something's weird here. They're saying I'm crazy, but I'm making money. Back in 2001, I had a bank that I was working with that gave me notes all across the United States. I'm telling you, if I'd have known you guys could have been rich also. I didn't know any better. And so they would send me notes. I would travel around. I would teach people and try to get people that I would teach, I would try to get them to buy the notes so I could make a flip fee. And let me give you some numbers of some of those notes and the amount of money I gave the bank. Okay. I gave the bank $4,000 for a second note. I got back 30. I gave the bank $8,000. I got back $47,000. I gave the bank $7,500. I got back $49,000. I gave the bank $10,000. Got back $40,000. I gave the bank $1,200. I told you guys about that one where I didn't know what to do 1 year later. I got $9,200. I gave them $3,000. Got back $10,700. On those 6 notes, I gave the bank $33,700. I got back almost $186,000
just on second mortgages. Again, I love numbers. Listen at me here. Listen at the numbers. I paid 5.5 cents on the dollar, 5 cents on the dollar for those second notes. And each one of them averaged about a $31,000 profit. Remember this house? It was the first note model that I taught you. They owed the bank 100. It was worth 50. Okay, if we bought the note for 20, it would be $30,000 of equity. That equates to a 40 cents on the dollar for buying first mortgages. I bought at 5 cents for second mortgage that made $31,000 of profit. So think about it. Where would you best like to invest your money based on these numbers? One deal for $20,000, you can make a $30,000 profit. Or would you buy 6 deals at $33,700 to get back $186,000? That's the power of seconds. Now, let me tell you the danger of seconds. If you don't know what you're doing, oh my gosh, you can hurt yourself really bad by going after these seconds. That's why you need to be educated about the note buying business. And I've done this in 6 states. Like Sil mentioned earlier, I've done it in Florida, Arizona, California, New York, Illinois, and Nevada. One of my top students, oh man, was she good. She was the female Donald Trump. She borrowed $100,000 from her family and friends. That's commitment. Oh, that is commitment. She was so good, she would take the bankers to lunch. That's called relationship building. She bought 18 notes in 10 months, increased her net worth $1.5 million. One deal, you guys. I think this is a world's record. I don't know. I haven't shopped it, but she made $400,000 of profit from one deal off a $9,000 investment. She bought 3 notes, 3 properties side by side. This person had worked at the bank. She bought 3 notes, $3,000 a piece. This property had been vacant for 12 years. The bank didn't want to foreclose. Why? I have no idea. She took it, bought the note, got the deed from the owner, flipped it to a wholesaler. The property's worth $570,000. She sold it for $400,000. Didn't touch the property. Now, I've never done anything like that. I'm not saying you guys are going to go out and do that, but I'm just showing you all the potential. Anything's possible with the note business. She has another deal. She paid she gets $3,500 a month, each and every month from this multifamily. She paid $11,000 for her first note. The owner owed her, let's say, $100,000. The property was worth maybe $60,000. She went to the owner. She went through all the 7 exit strategies. All 6 first. And the owner said, no, 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 no. So she said, well, the only thing I can do is foreclose on you. And the owner said, do what you got to do. So guess what? My student had no choice. My student said, Terry, this is unbelievable. I paid $11,000. If I go to the auction and ask for $100,000, which they owe me, no one's going to show up at the auction. I'll end up owning this property for $11,000, and it has $3,500 of monthly income. I'll keep that for the rest of my life. I said, wow. And guess what, you guys? That's the way it happened. She went to the auction. Nobody bid it. She now owns it as an REO, $3,500 each and every month. Now, here's the really beautiful thing about this. Holly's mother had Alzheimer's. She was living in Florida. Guess what? She was able to move her mother. Okay, I think she moved her to, I can't remember where she moved her to. She moved her to a different state where Holly was living at. And she put her mom in a care home. The care home, if I can remember correctly, the monthly payments are about $3,300 a month. Guess where she gets the $3,300 a month from? That one property. And I went, unbelievable. Unbelievable. Great job, Holly. Man, you put a lot of work into this. You are awesome. She says, Terry, guess what? You're a millionaire mentor now. And I went, oh, yes, I am. I got excited about that. So, again, that's my top student. That's some of the success she's had as a real estate investor. Let me tell you about one deal that I did. And I'll tell you what, it's really true, really dear to my heart. When you buy these notes, you have the capabilities of helping homeowners in foreclosure stay in their home. I actually bought this note. This guy, I was in Vegas. And he was a military veteran. He's going through, divorce, dealing with family law court. He was $42,000 behind on his first mortgage. He was $6,000 on the second mortgage that I bought. He had an IRS wage garnishment, unreliable automobile. His house needed $5,000 in repairs. I did that. I flew to Vegas, and I did the repairs on his house. This guy had no equity. He couldn't sell it with a realtor. This is my motto. This is my Keep Your Home program. I have a marketing campaign that says, in foreclosure, we can help you keep your home. That's how I get people to call me. That's how I find out who their banks are. I call that bank to see if they'll sell the note or any other notes that they have. That's my strategy, and I'll teach you that strategy. From doing this, this is my motto. I actually paid the $42,000 that he was behind on his first mortgage. I paid that for him out of my own pocket. I did the repairs. At the end of the day, we had to sell the house because he would not make his payments. My check, $108,000. Okay, I tell you, this is an amazing business that has so many different twists and turns, but it's a beautiful business. Okay, again, here's what's nice: you make a nice profit. You're providing a great public service. You help families stay together. You help families stay together. You help families stay together. You stabilize your community and the economy. What's even nicer, he wrote me a testimonial letter, which he should after I put all that money into his house. But I'm only going to read the stuff that's in the letters, the parts that's in the purple. I have one way to describe the help of Terry Bontemps Enterprise that's done for me, and the word is miraculous. Miraculous. That's what he's saying about me, miraculous. I've got 6 testimonials that are incredible from homeowners that I work with, and I use those testimonials to get more business. I happened to open a letter addressed to me and my ex-wife, and it was from Terry. I do not know to this day what made me call him. It turned out to be one of the best calls I've ever made. Terry had a way of making me feel relaxed about my situation. He really has a way of communicating and letting you know that you're still in control of your destiny. Well, I had thought about selling my home, but truly I had no desire to leave this home, which I had seen built from the ground up, and I had some great memories there. Well, Terry came through for me, and it was unbelievable what he had done for me. Unbelievable. You know what that is? $42,000. That's unbelievable. Why would anybody do that? It's a long story. I'll tell you later, but I did it. You know, in a time like mine, it was good to know that there are really some genuine people out there, and of course, others could not believe that a complete stranger to me could be so kind. But all of my trust went into working with Terry, and now I'm as happy as a lark. I'm back in my home, and he got to live in his house. And I have Terry Bontemps to thank for all this happiness. I can go on and on and on with all the details, but this testimony will turn out to be a novel. If you find yourself in a similar situation or remotely close to my situation, do not hesitate to put your trust in Terry, because I can guarantee the results will please you. I send this testimonial letter out in my direct mail campaign. And let me tell you, when people see this, they call me. Again, it's a way I generate leads. It's a way I generate new business. It's a way I buy new notes. Someone asks, well, where do you find notes? Well, I do a direct mail campaign, and my direct mail campaign has the owners calling me. Then I end up calling their banks to try to buy their notes. This was a great story. Not all of them come out this way. This one, to this day, I still consider this guy a friend.